What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Renee Michelle Merrifield Show. I'm your host, Renee Michelle Merrifield. Here's my fancy shoes of the day.
That's pretty fancy. Pretty fancy. Here,
Yes.
Get a close-up.
One of my bandmates' girls said, this looks like Ronald McDonald shoes. I'm like, you know what? Ronald McDonald, but make it fancy. How you doing, Jason Jolliffe? Oh, wait, you rebranded. It's Jason Aaron.
That's right. Hello, everyone. I'm jasonaaron.pro. I've rebranded to a URL.
Lord have mercy.
Visit it. Type it in your browser. See what happens. See where it takes you. Go down the rabbit hole with me, will you?
Yes, Jolliffe is so talented at all of your podcast needs.
It's so sweet.
And so much more. 23 years plus of experience. Not experience, but he's been doing it all by himself for 24 years.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean not experience?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Experience
It's
kind
experience.
of downplays it.
It counts.
It's like you edit, you produce, you film,
That's right.
you shoot.
Yep.
So you do all of it. So.
Yep. And I produce, podcasts.
All of our mini podcasts.
Yes.
Shout out to the GAP Get Attitude podcast by motivational speaker Glenn Bell. Shout out to Miranda Monday's podcast on Monday. Monday Love. I freaking love that show.
Monday.
What's the other ones we got?
We got a lot. It's all right. We don't have to go through them all.
They're amazing.
But
Shout
if
out.
you go to jasonaaron.pro, you can easily find all the podcasts. There's a quick little thing. So if you want to check out some of the other ones, Renee's at the top, of course, because she beats me if I don't put her at the top. But yeah, you'll find them on there. There's some good ones, man. A good mix. We got health and nutrition. We got meditation. We got real estate stuff. So it's a lot of fun. I love doing
Anderson with the Amazing
right.
podcast.
Shout out.
So I love all these people. We have such an amazing guest today. We're so excited for him.
Pretty amazing. But before that.
Oh my gosh. But also, time out. Thank
Yeah.
you to our sponsor, Sushi Boss. They have the fattest rolls. So good. You can use your
PHAT.
coupon code #Renee. You'll get 20% off a big fat order just one time only.
You might have saw the little commercial beforehand.
We love Sushi Boss.
No
Oh
big
my
whoop.
Lord. So good. So
Yeah.
good. So, Jolliffe.
Yeah, you want to? Should we push some? Should we encourage people to what? Let's.
We have a few fun
YouTube.
things going on today. We're gonna have a
YouTube.
game.
Go
First
to
of
YouTube.
all, yeah.
Well, you're out of order, so let's go to.
We need more likes
This
for
whole
my
courtroom's out of
YouTube.
order.
So we this whole I object.
That's YouTube.
Yeah. So we get a lot of thousands of live viewers on these podcasts, and I so appreciate the following. Thank you guys so much. But the YouTubes is failing. If you dig hard enough, you can see some funny stuff from me in high school. I kind of was a little YouTube semi-famous back then. It's pretty hilarious. Don't look up Bop It Duel, whatever you do. But yeah, go and like my YouTube for me.
Okay, and what else
My
we
energy's
got?
weird. Like,
Oh.
we need to get these shots up because normally I'm like, what's up? What's
I
up? What's
know.
up? But we've been up since the butt crack of dawn. But my guest is about to bring it in the house, and we all gonna be lit AF for my guest. So he's an amazing comedian and creative writer, director. I mean, this dude is the bomb, and his jacket is the bomb. But Jolliffe, tell us first what we're doing with our game.
Well,
We have a poll, y'all.
Okay, so this isn't accurate. I'm having a little technical difficulty, but
Oh no.
however, okay, I didn't even say the right thing.
But still.
Okay, I'm gonna take this off for a second. That's all right.
So
We'll
basically-
get back to that. Let's get Sunny in here.
Okay,
And,
so
yeah, whenever you're ready, let's.
okay,
do
so
this.
start those beautiful pictures of our friend Sunny Atwal. Okay, y'all. So Sunny Atwal. He is a dedicated performer for 10 years, starting on a high school speech debate where he was a state champion in poetry and a national qualifier. He is a multi-time state and regional speech winner in DeMolay speech, hopefully I said that right, competitions. He has co-written and performed pieces at the Indie Fringe Festivals, and he's gone through all of the levels of improv at the People's Improv Theater, and recently wrote, directed, and acted in his own solo show, Taxi Cab Driver, in New York City, and it was originally stated to be brought back in Indy in August before COVID-19, but COVID did us once again. But I'm sure that's coming soon. We'll have Sunny tell us about it, and he also produced he was also producing an all Southeast Asian improv show at the Pit. Sorry, I can't talk today. So we have a dear friend, writer, comedian, creative, awesome person, so funny, Sunny Atwal.
There he is, right there.
Oh, the crowd goes
He's right here.
wild.
Look at him.
Hey, thanks for coming on my show.
I am so ecstatic to be here. You have literally no idea how happy I am to be here.
Yo,
Bro,
you are the best. You are the best.
That beard is on point. I commend you.
That's
Good job.
exactly what I
Well
said when I
done.
first saw him. I'm like, that's a nice beard. I'm like the beard. Like, I love beards. So
Thank you.
You did not have a beard when I last saw you.
No, actually, I was going to shave this off during quarantine. Actually, it's funny. I was growing this out, and I had it grown out for my solo show a little bit, right? And I was like, I'm going to shave it off in March. And then COVID-19's quarantine happened, and people were like, dude.
Said, fuck you.
it out.
You will not. You will not
It looks
do that.
good. It's like long, like curly at the end.
Yeah, I'm going to have to clean shave it when I get back.
Aw.
I know.
I
You
said
Better
keep
get
it growing.
better get some bigger clippers, brother.
I said to Jolliffe, don't shave it. And he doesn't like it, but I'm like, it's gorgeous. Different colors.
I'm not happy
Yeah.
with my beard.
We
It's too
love
much.
Yeah,
This is too much. This is too
It's
much
beautiful. Tell 'em,
responsibility
Sonny.
for one person.
It's the eating that really kills
Yes.
me.
Yeah, it
Thank
gets like
you.
up in your face.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the eating.
Dude, it's so like the feeling that you feel when your hair, your whiskers or your beard is getting sucked in your mouth and you're chewing it. It's pulling your cheek and
Yeah, you have to. There's a technique to it. Now I have to watch.
Well, I
my
don't know.
bite.
I don't know what that technique is. Apparently.
I literally, I have to slow down my bite just to make
Yeah.
sure, and then move the hair.
Move
Yeah.
the hairs.
I'm like when that happens, I'm like it's time to trim. I got to trim a little bit. I think so.
Oh
Yeah.
man, if I was a guy, I'd have a giant weird beard. I don't know what it would be the weirdest beard ever. I would just never cut it, and it would be like down my feet. And people would be like,
Yeah, I don't want to see
who
that.
this?
beard.
Who? But it would be fun though. It would be fun. It'd be fun. So I'm so excited to have you. You're so talented. First of all, you have so much under your belt, and I love that about you. You have like such a score. Like everything you've done has been towards your goals, and just like my last guest last week, who is a dear friend of mine, Blair Lawson, you moved out to New York for your dreams, right? And just to pursue comedy and acting. And we met because you were on a TV show, Sunny in the Circle,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so it was such a cool show, guys, where Sunny would go around, so the circles, downtown Indy and the monument that we love in our beloved Indy. And yeah, so it was mostly based there, right? But you went around and did cool shops and, just did the city stuff, right? So
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Well, because like I was working at a restaurant in downtown at the time, and we used to go out all the time. And I've always been a social guy, and so I just knew about all the things that were kind of happening downtown. And Chris Walzak and I, we were sitting down, and we just spitball the idea of like talking about the things that are happening, because people love to crap on Indianapolis for some reason.
Right.
They always act
It's
like
a
they're
special state.
It's such a
I love it.
And not even is it just a special state, it's a special city. Like Indianapolis, there's so much going on here that people just take for granted.
Yes,
Like
for real.
here you can really make your own voice, where in other cities you kind of have to form to theirs.
Like fall in line. Yeah. I've always known Indiana was so special. I mean, maybe it's because some special people were born in it. Hair flip. Or beard flip. You know what I mean? I was like a bartender when I was like really young. I shouldn't have. I mean, it was illegal for me to be a bartender. I think it was like 17, 18, something, maybe 19. I don't even recall. But it was my first bartending gig, and there was like dry lightning storms. It was a long time ago. It was in like maybe 2012 or 11 maybe. But it was like 3 hours of just dry lightning, and I was like, oh, this state is the shit. I don't know what it is, but something like changed. Have you ever seen that shit where it's just like you're like laying on the hood of your car, it's like a warm summer breeze,
Indiana,
and there's like
where we make the best lightning.
I'm like, this state is wacky poo.
You called it dry lightning? I think it's heat lightning.
Yeah, maybe
Isn't that what
that
it's
sounds right.
Yeah, this state is wacky poo. I wouldn't say.
Hey, guys, this is a family show. Let's kind of clean up the
Wacky
language.
poo.
Clean up that language.
Dude, you are so talented. Like, I love the drive. I love when people are driven. It's very rare to find someone that's talented and driven, and then has like a I keep saying like score, but basically like a rack sheet of all this cool stuff you've done. So I mean, and you've been busting your ass since you were in high school, right? You were doing high school stuff. I mean, this has been going back 10, 12 years. You've been doing stand up, improv, comedy.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate you saying all that. I
Yeah.
think that's why me and Jason all get along, because we're all so much about our craft, and we have been since day one.
Right.
Right. And I remember being in speech team my sophomore year of high school. It was the first time someone actually had noticed that I had some kind of talent. Like, I always knew I was kind of funny,
Yeah.
but then my speech coach was like, "You should join the speech team." And
And then you slayed.
And then I worked really hard there.
Beard flip.
Like, I'm someone that has natural talent, but I've always been someone that's got to work really hard to develop.
Keep developing and stay at that top level there.
Exactly,
because keep working at it.
It took me like 3 years to even get to like a state champion, where there was other people that were getting to those like consistently year after year.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's not the easiest thing. I mean, getting up in front of people, like, I mean, so it was the speech, like, I mean, did you have to create speeches on the spot? So it was like an improv, or I mean, you probably had preparation time, right? Or?
Yeah, it was preparation time. That's when I figured I had a really good work ethic.
Oh yeah, because you had to write these speeches.
Well, it's like we memorize these pieces that we have. So there's like dramatic, humorous, and poetry. What I ended up doing my last year of high school. But the whole team, I would stay after school every day until 6 p.m. practicing, and then we'd wake up at like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning and go to tournaments on Saturday mornings.
Damn, that sounds like American Idol, where they're like, like you're doing all this shit, you get like 1 hour of rest. Or American Idol auditions. That stuff is messed. I never did it, but I heard people like.
You could do American Idol auditions.
I used to do the shows, and I would always make it really far, and then I just kind of, I'm 27, I'm like, I don't know. I always thought I was a born famous rock star, so it always felt odd for me auditioning to that, like, auditioning for the shows, even though that sounds really vain. But it's just like, I just want to help people, and that's all I want to do with my life. But it's like, I don't know if that's my venue or my avenue, but it's like, you can't miss opportunities like that, Yeah,
I'm absolutely right there with you, because I also I'm not a traditional actor as other people are, where they go out on auditions and stuff like that. I've always been, what's my lane? How can I do my own stuff and get recognized off of my own stuff?
Mm-hmm. That's why I love Indiana, too. Everyone's like, you're never going to make it in Indiana. It's like, oh, that's some close-minded-ish.
It is.
Like, you can make it anywhere. So I'm finna make just crazy music videos. Keep putting those out there. Like, I'm going to be doing really wacky stuff in the videos, like Daredevil stuff. Jolliff.
Ooh, guess what?
Did you fix the
I'm
poll,
raising my hand.
baby?
Yeah, finally. All right, let's look at this poll. Okay, so
we have a game,
please
guys.
forgive me, everyone. I'm still working out the nuances of my new gear. I'm always getting new gear. So,
he's so cute.
Vote on what shots we should be doing. Let me push this
button.
button.
God, guys, please don't. So all you have to do is comment in the thread.
That was a user error. Let me push the.
It has to be the one that says like we're live right now.
There
so just you can either comment Jaeger, Tequila, or Fireball.
Jaeger is currently ahead, 57.1%.
Oh my God!
Fireball,
Stop voting Jaeger.
28.6%. Tequila behind. Tequila's not doing too good lately.
And I have Jason's assistant is spamming the thread going, Jaeger.
Keep
I'm
it
like,
up, Austin.
no.
I feel a raise coming in your future.
I don't mind anything, but I literally, I had a bad experience with Jaeger. It was Lady Gaga's Super Bowl tournament, LOL. And I had so much Jaeger, and then I ended up like running home, and I was like, that was weird. I'm like,
you guys can't see it, but
Jaeger's not for me.
Ooh.
No, I'm joking.
Oh, we just...
Come on.
Now it fits.
Tequila
got a little bit of a bump. That Miranda must be.
We have one more minute. I say Fireball.
Anyway, yeah, we're a little late on this because I was doing the thing. But so in order to vote, to cast your vote, all you have to do is go to the main live stream, and hopefully wherever you're watching this, it'll have a link in the comments telling you what stream to vote on to make sure it funnels in, because we can't funnel in all the shares and stuff like that. So there's a specific link to the actual feed that will allow you to cast your vote. So anyway, that was a long-winded way to say. All you gotta do is in the comments post Jaeger. I almost said Jaeger. Fireball.
No, you didn't.
Or Tequila. Just write the type the word
Jaeger
out.
bomb.
You can even put it in a sentence if you want. So anyway, that's kind of a cool thing that we're doing.
I got the moves, Mick Jagger.
And you got one more winning.
Or Hager.
Hager.
It's just Hager.
I just want to point out that you managed to get 3 alcohols that I don't like, and I don't know how you were able to get.
It's a gift.
Wait, but what about this one?
This
Zombie dust.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had to, because it was such a thing back in the day when it first came out. I mean, you can only buy one thing of it, and then it was just like always out. People would storm the liquor stores for it and stuff. So
there's a liquor store in Indianapolis that sells a 6-pack of these for $20.99, and the limit is 1 per person.
You're like, bro.
Coronavirus.
Yeah.
Coronavirus.
Well, no, this is like a couple of years when I was working downtown, when we used to go out and we used to go to the bars. If there was zombie dust on draft, you'd have to get it then because it would run out by the next
Instantly.
day.
For sure.
Mm-hmm, I remember.
It'd only be around for like a month or something.
It's like the most popular beer. I don't know if it's still. I mean, People remember though.
Well, I remember one time I was bartending. It was like 2:00 in the morning. It was the dead or 2:00 in the morning, 2:00 in the afternoon. It was a dead hour, and this guy comes in running frantically. And he's like,
Bro, you okay?
Yeah.
Are you being chased?
Exactly. He's like, do you have zombie dust on you?
Whoa.
You're like, you have.
Wait, what's that, sir? You're being chased by zombies?
Get the axe.
Dude, you know what? Wasn't there something that happened after you left Indianapolis? Didn't it become legal to purchase alcohol on Sundays? Or were you still here when that happened?
I was here on the very tail end of it.
Ah, okay. Isn't that awesome,
That's a
though?
beautiful thing.
Finally. We finally
But then you
arrived.
forget, and it's like 7:59. You're like hauling ass through Kroger, and you're like, shit. 1 minute till closing. No.
Indiana, you always got to have a little thing.
You gotta have a little thing. Can't
All
you
right,
just
let's
mention
check
all?
our poll.
Let's see the
Here
poll,
we go.
guys. We're gonna do this 4 times in our show.
Here it comes. Let's see what we
with
got.
Sunny Atwal.
It's Jaeger.
Oh,
50%,
Jesus.
Fireball 25, Tequila 25.
I have not had Jaeger in years.
I hadn't had it in a
hate
long time
Jaeger.
either, so that's why I threw it in
It's
there.
disgusting. Black
So after we
licorice. Who likes it?
finish all these bottles, we'll throw some new different stuff in there.
Yeah, we'll change it up. So,
And then the person won't
pick your
like that
shot
either.
glass. What do you, Batman, Jameson? This is the cutest little pint cup I ever did see.
It is really cute.
Oh, you did a thing there, right? Rocket Fizz, like downtown. Isn't that the little cute shop downtown?
Yeah.
Adorable. Jolliffe, what? You're Batman normally, Joll, right? I'll take Jameson because I love Jameson. I don't know. This is a band we like. Audio.
Wait, yeah, right where the shots are at. Leave those there while you pour them because I got a close-up shot of them. Ooh, look at that. So you gonna pour me one, hun?
Yeah, Daddy.
I'm gonna do the one right next to Batman.
That's right. She called me daddy on her podcast.
Oh, which one? You want this cute little guy?
I'm gonna do the one right next to the Batman.
Okay.
Wait, what's that leave
yeah.
me?
You got Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
Dude, I love the show Gotham. Have you ever heard of it? It's like basically the young, Gotham City, just all the young villains, Batman,
course he's
young
heard of it,
Batman.
hasn't
Yeah, I have.
I interviewed
my God, I
I interviewed
hate
one of the
Jaeger.
dudes on there a couple years ago.
The guy that had his hand chopped off.
Butch.
Yeah, Butch. He's cool.
Yeah, he's a cool
Oh,
guy. Family,
God.
family right here in Indiana, like an hour away.
My roommate and I, we did this fun thing for a while where we were just like, it was just like late at night and we were just getting drunk watching Batman cartoon movies, and it was just like such a
love
fun
Batman
time.
cartoons.
Yeah, right.
I love Batman. I have a friend, Brandon Jones. He was a guest on my show. He's a rapper, and he literally can't stand Batman. He's always talking shit about Batman. I'm like, bruh.
He's got no superpower.
How can you talk shit about Batman?
He's not. He's cool, man. He's a vigilante. He's badass. He's rich AF
I literally have
and brilliant.
I literally have a stand-up joke where I talk about every 4 years people are pissed off about who's gonna be our president and who's playing Batman.
It's like equal
First world
commonium.
countries.
Is
First
that a
world
word?
problems.
What am I trying to say?
A
Commonium?
commode? I don't know.
Conundrum. I have no idea. Okay, Jolly, you have to come get it.
Oh, I'm coming.
I'm
Here, I'll put
coming.
up the. Oh, that's not a camera. There we
Lord,
go.
y'all
I'll
make
throw
me
that
do
up.
Jaeger. This nasty. It's like Sambuca. Who likes Sambuca? Who likes Jaeger? Who likes what's that minty stuff? Is that Sambuca?
Come on, TV.
Cheers to
Oh.
you're Batman. Cheers to Sunny Atwal
Oh,
on the
wow.
show.
Cheers.
Woo.
Oh, man.
Y'all tweet us. RMM show. Hashtag. Oh God, here we go.
Oh, I guess just leave that there.
Oh man,
Oh, dicks.
What's up?
that actually went down a lot smoother than I had originally
Yeah,
anticipated.
But it's got like 42 herbs or something in it, so it's basically like absinthe.
That's Kentucky
LOL.
Fried Chicken right now. Always thinking about nuggets.
I
All right.
miss KFC. I haven't had it in a while.
Yeah, I actually
used to work there.
I don't like KFC that much.
No.
Yeah, honestly, I quit eating KFC and I love fried chicken. Anyone that knows me knows I
Churches
love
is
fried
good.
chicken.
You like Churches? Oh no,
Nah.
Popeyes though.
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I never really ate Popeyes until that chicken sandwich. That chicken
Oh,
sandwich.
that went viral. Did you get the grilled or the crispy or both?
The
getting both.
crispy.
Crispy's the way to go.
It's the best
Crispy.
chicken sandwich in the
Crispy.
game.
There's this meme that's like, Quispy. You gotta look it up. It's dumb as hell. Quispy. It's super stupid. Yeah. I've been wanting to try those. Like, I've been seeing a lot of people, like Chris Crocker, who's apparently a porn star now, lol. But, like, leave Britney alone guy, right?
Yeah, oh, that guy?
Yeah, so, anyways, he was, like, trying it, and, like, a bunch of celebrities were trying the chicken sandwiches, and I'm like, is they good or is they good? They good.
That good. I walked in there. I was like, I just want to try it, and I walked out going, "This is killing Chick-fil-A." I was like, "This is the best chicken
Really?
sandwich."
It's killing Chick-fil-A.
It depends on your taste, but I like it a lot.
Chicken at Chick-fil-A. Joff, what are you thinking about this? I can hear your thoughts. They're brewing.
Yeah, I'm just, mashing buttons back here.
He's
like
getting
I'm playing
DoorDash.
Fortnite for the first time.
I used to play Fortnite for a minute. There's this video of my first kill. It's so dumb. I'm going to send you the link. I'll put the link of my first kill too on Fortnite like last year. It was like 2 years ago. It is, I'll put it in the show notes, but it is so dumb. Like all I had was an axe and I'm just like, so I tried to like kill these. I was trying to kill everyone. I kept running away somehow, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, oh no. So basically I like axed this person to death and then I was getting axed at the same time. It was just like very dramatic and I was like laughing my ass off. I'd have to ask you a question. There it is.
I've never played Fortnite.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
I tried. I'm like,
we were twitching for a while.
I don't have time for this.
We were doing fun stuff.
So we got some
any comments?
We got some
That's what I was
comments
about to
rolling in
check.
here. So let me see if I can push the right buttons.
Okay.
And
Joe said Jaeger. Joe, why you do this to me?
What?
Why you do this to me?
Good job. Good
Yeah,
job.
this is interesting. I mean, every single shot that we take is going to dictate how the interview goes for me.
It's, okay.
We're already off to a great start.
So Bobby Finders Wilson says, "Great guy, wonderful family."
Oh,
Thanks,
wow.
Bobby.
She's so
Aw.
nice.
I knew a Bobby. That was a girl in high school growing up.
I love when girls have cute boy names.
Yeah, Bobby. She was a cutie.
Bobby.
Yeah, that was in the cul-de-sac pretty close to where I live. It's in a different neighborhood. Used to walk through lawns, you know what I mean? And that was when people got mad for walking through their lawns. I don't know if people still do that.
Yeah, get off my lawn, you little poop.
I always thought that was the dumbest. Like, well, why do you care if someone's walking on your grass? It's literally
like
grass.
I know, it's literally grass. It's free.
Hopefully I don't butcher the name, but Shravin Amin.
Oh.
Sonny Atwal, my man, he says.
Hey, Sonny Atwal is the man.
Comments on screen there.
You guys are so
And
nice.
we got Sarah,
you're so kind to me.
Sarah Nowak calling for Tequila.
Takira.
Oh, man.
So where does that
We
put
normally
our,
don't mix,
where's that put our
but-
voting then? Okay. So we got Tequila making a move. Second place now, 33%.
Takira.
Jaeger's at 44%.
Takira.
So you viewers, you're going to have to get on the ball if you want to change the game because we got another 7 minutes. And we're going to do a shot of Jaeger if you don't.
No, please no more scotch of Jaeger.
Scotch.
No more scotch
I've
of
only
Jaegers.
I've only had a
Keep it
zombie
Jaeger.
dust. Yeah. Okay.
That's hilarious. I love
All
it.
right. So Renee, you were trying to tell me something while we were racing around to get set up. I was like, I can't
Yeah, we
listen to
had
what
a
you're saying.
super early
Yeah.
shoot this
What
morning.
do
and then-
you want me to do? Can you tell me now?
So it's in the Dropbox, and
Yeah.
there's just 4 little videos. I was thinking we could show a little clip after each time.
Oh,
They're all numbered,
after each
so
shot
it'll
or
be really
something?
easy. Yeah, after each shot. So
Okay.
one of them is this video of my friend Miranda who was dealing with a raccoon. Oh my God, I don't know why it's so funny to me. It's like making me cry, but she just had to like hold the raccoon by the scruff. And have you heard or dealt with mean ass raccoons? Because I remember my dad had an old car that was junk, and there was this mama raccoon with like babies, and she was the meanest bee in the world. And my gangster cat and her had a fight one time, and it sounded like 2 women screaming bloody murder, like, and I'm like, I thought my cat was gonna die, but my cat whipped the raccoon's ass. Raccoons are mean. They nasty,
yeah.
They
bruh.
are.
I've never dealt with a raccoon, but I do remember when I was a kid living in an apartment complex, there was a snake underneath my family's van, and I had this distinct memory of this guy getting a broom and
snake.
fighting the snake.
I'm a snake.
I'm a snake.
Shout out to Miranda Monday.
So she's a badass.
I'm
So
assuming
her
we have
podcast is
permission
on
to use
Mondays.
this.
Oh my!
She showed it on her
God.
show,
Yeah,
so
dude.
I'm guessing.
All right.
But she's a badass.
Watch.
Look at the way she.
Watch what happens.
'Cause
It's like she's trying to shut off the drone.
Oh my God! Is this viral?
it needs to, and then I sped
will
it
be
up.
now.
Oh my God!
Oh, shaky baby syndrome.
She could babysit.
I would never.
I slow-moed it.
Oh,
It was
but she's got some
mean.
rubber gloves on, so I'm sure that protected her.
But she had to go through so much shit because it didn't bite or anything, but they're dangerous animals, and like she had to get like 50 shots all over her body just because it barely scratched her.
Oh, she got shots, for, like tetanus
She
shots?
had to get just in case because that stuff can kill you.
Yeah.
So I was worried about it, but she had to get them like all over her arms. I'm like, this bird's funny.
But she like held it up like
She
it was
is
a trophy.
she
like
is
it
the
was,
baddest
like
girl.
it was Lion King.
Like Miranda Monday is such a
I'm gonna
badass.
try.
You gotta know her. She's so cool, y'all. Follow her podcast on Monday. It's
Again,
her show.
Go to jasonaaron.pro and you can easily find that podcast.
Yes, Miranda Monday. She's a badass. I love that video. I don't
Look
know
at
why.
this.
I just kept like laughing my ass off today to where I was just crying watching that. I was like, she handled it so well, but that's really scary, you know? Like it's a rabbit ass. Like I don't like raccoons. I love all animals to a fault. I'm really obsessed with them, but geese, goats, and raccoons, I'm like, nah. I mean,
Yo.
raccoons
Nah,
are
I'm
okay
good.
if they ain't like ratchet and mean.
I'm Gucci.
But goats have demonic ass pupils, and I'm done with them.
Facts. The geese,
Baby ghosts are adorable. They like jump off things. And I'm like, I'm an idiot, and they're super cute. But I mean, the sideways pupil thing really freaks me out.
Well, the geese in Indiana have gotten crazy. Like they've evolved to a different type. When I was a kid, they would just like stay by the pond. Now they're just walking on the street like
They're assholes,
Yeah.
and they don't move,
and they did not
poop
used
everywhere.
to have. They did not used to have human-sized poop. I don't like. I don't.
You know what? They're
understand.
like giant bloops. They're like giant Tide Pods with a little turtleneck. I'm like, not even turtle, but like a swan neck. I'm like, you. Oh, geese. For some reason, I'm like, oh, curse you, geese.
Oh, geese.
But I'm really cool about everything else. Like, I really love all animals.
Well,
So show this next video.
is that like
Wow.
microphone like creeping up on you or what? Like put that thing down and,
Yeah,
and
can
just
you
point it
turn
up.
me up, my
Yeah.
friend? Turn
Just
me
turn it
up,
down,
babe.
bring it down, and point it up more.
The microphone
bring it
is
These
my
down.
are
favorite.
Joel's new microphones. They're real fancy, cute. Oh, fancy.
Yeah, just point
I
it
gotta
up.
say, Jason, Joel,
whatever.
this is one of the coolest things about knowing you.
It's Jason Aaron. I rebranded.
okay,
yeah.
Jason
Yeah,
Aaron.
what's
Jason
up?
Aaron.
What's
Sorry,
up?
I said
I
Joel
like
because
his
of you.
laugh. I call him all kinds of
Yeah.
shit.
You
But
know what? It's
Yeah,
funny.
don't
'cause
call her names that, or don't call me names that she calls me.
Daddy.
I was literally Daddy. No.
Daddy.
Call me Daddy, Sonny. I dare you.
I was
Dude.
literally.
Look into the camera. Look into your camera. See the camera with the red light.
No, he's like,
Lit-
fuck you.
Yeah, dude.
It's that one.
I was literally about to say Jason. I was like, no, but she said Jolliffe, so I should respect their territory.
So,
I'd be calling him everything. But where were you going to say?
No,
go
No,
Before
Jason,
I forget.
I was just gonna say that's probably the coolest thing about knowing you is I remember when you were just walking, like when you were recording us with a camera and you gave me the business card, and then like over the years, like you had this thing going on where you're getting new equipment, and then constantly you were bringing more and more stuff to the shootings or the recordings. Sorry, shootings is not a good word.
wow. We went there real quick.
But then to see like all this is like amazing. It's just so cool.
Yeah. Well,
I'm really proud
you know,
of him, too. He's really stepped it.
It's not that I during those because that was really just a couple of years ago doing the Sunny on the Circle stuff, but like I had all that stuff already. I just had to ease you guys into it and be like, guys, I'm about to bring in some
Okay.
new gear, so try not to.
He is, honestly, he's such a problem
Get too
solver.
excited.
It's crazy. He said, good talk, you interrupted me. But I'm complimenting you so I can
That's
interrupt. But he literally is such a problem solver. It's crazy how quick on his feet is because there'll be a problem and he has like a third
I'll
and fourth
solve it.
option. I would just be like, well, just kill me now. You know what I mean? Like, because it's just like, that's really,
Cool
when
as a
you're at a
cucumber.
gig, you know what I mean? And all these technical
Yeah.
crap, all these cameras, everything. He always has like a way to figure things out
Well,
and rig
it's-
something if he needs to. I'm like, you're literally brilliant,
You know,
bro.
well, you know, bottom line. Thank you for the compliment. But bottom line is,
Bottom line is-
when you've,
I'm just
when you
talented.
live, sleep, and breathe, you know, the gear,
Video.
and you understand the gear, and you know what all your gear does. You're not just like buying, you know, like the latest camera or whatever, and like, okay, now I'm awesome because I have this new camera. But you really gotta really get into the guts of your stuff and learn how it works and learn how they, you know, interconnect and communicate and all that.
Especially with
so.
all three of us, because we're so much about producing our own stuff and making our own things instead of just going to like what's the most popular way to go. You have to be a good problem solver.
Yeah.
You have to
Right.
you have to be able to work on different avenues. Otherwise,
For sure.
being able to work on your own doesn't work as successfully.
For
And I think that's, you know, again, 1997, that's when I started. I think that's really one of the main things that has made me successful.
I was 6.
Is that you just, you know, I have the patience to figure stuff out. So I do it, and here I am, and expanding stuff like that. Sonny, do me a favor, tilt that camera towards you. Pretend like there's a
And by
laser
camera,
beam.
you mean microphone.
Yeah, microphone. That's Jaeger shot number 1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
just
this,
point it towards
like-
your mouth more. Like tilt. There we go. There we go. Perfect. I love it.
He said that today at the shoot, and I thought that was because every time something awkward happens, I'm always like. But he said that he's like, tilt that camera like it's a laser beam right in your mouth, and it was like in front
It
of
worked.
everyone. I was like, oh my god.
You don't have to have it up in front of your. I was trying to get it down lower.
Who,
Renee.
me?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get it out of your face. That's why I got these mics so that. Well, don't. Okay.
You're like, bitch.
Okay. So it's shot 30. Let's
shot
let's check the
30.
polls.
Check the
and
polls, guys. Stop, vote,
Man.
and don't say
Oh,
Jaeger for the
guess
love
what?
of God.
So Fireball is at 18.2%.
Ugh.
Jaeger is at 36.4%.
No.
Tequila,
Tequila.
45.5%.
God, I can't with you people.
What? It's
But,
tequila.
like, there's a
Sonny,
tiny
it's
bit
tequila.
of Jaeger.
Tequila one.
Yeah, tequila's my least favorite. Of
I thought it
all.
was Jaeger, the way you were bitching before.
What? I didn't bitch. I said
You were
tequila.
bitching. Okay,
Ugh.
that's fine. You're not bitching.
Okay,
All
it's
right,
good
so
tequila.
it's time for tequila.
Okay, but there's a tiny bit of Jaeger in the shots. Are we okay with that?
I'm okay with
I mean,
that.
I'm not. I don't really
Yeah,
like that, but it's like
Yeah,
whatever.
it's fine. You'll never. The tequila will kill the Jaeger germs.
Yeah.
Hey, Renee, put it on the camera. Yep, there you go.
Guys, it looks
Shout
like
out to
scrunchy.
Audiodacity, who, well, they didn't provide the swag. I actually bought it. Cheap bastards.
But we had them here one night on
they were on
Miranda
the
Monday.
Monday Love podcast. So
We
little
get
shout
little
out to them. I got that
tumblers.
and in like a whiskey glass. So
And I would like to shout out to the jeweler.
Yeah.
I cannot say that word literally. I was just talking to someone about
I
how I
need to
can't
get
say
you-
How
I
do you
need-
say that word?
Actually-
Jeweler.
actually, Renee.
Jeweler?
Jeweler. There we
Jeweler?
go.
Okay, I was.
You're like, what in the actual fuck are you even saying? Jeweler. There we go. Jeweler. I also can't say the word plethora.
Well,
You just said it, yeah.
Is that
That's a
good?
Yeah, plethora.
You
I also
delivered.
can't say the word Arnold Palmer. I have to take it real slow.
Are you just doing a thing where you can say these words and you're pretending like you
No,
can't?
I like literally. Is it coming out good? Because
She's
I
bragging.
thought I couldn't say. Okay, so short story before I pour
It's like
the
being
shot.
in a wheelchair and then be like, I've been crippled for years, or have I? And then you stand up and.
Like Ricky's dad on
yeah.
Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah,
Or
right.
like
Gotta love
Larry
it.
David on
Wait,
Curb Your
wait,
Enthusiasm.
before I forget, Renee.
What?
So, I can absolutely get you a jewelry sponsor.
What do you mean?
Shout out to Cheeky Couture. Cheeky Couture, I'm coming for you. You know what I'm gonna ask. So
Oh my God.
she'll be
I've-
down. Angie Bellatari Parker, she's awesome. Been working with her for years, and whenever I was like, hey, I got this show. Do you want to be a jewelry sponsor? And she does it, man. And she has got some amazing pieces. So I'm gonna hook you up, baby.
I'm
Really,
so
baby?
honored to be
Yeah.
here to
Yeah.
experience your babiness together.
That's right, baby.
We need to
Baby.
find you a soulmate because you are a great ass guy. Like you're a whole ass
Yeah.
great ass guy. Like
you
I really
you've
like
got
you.
a great ass. You've got a
great ass, and that jacket is bitchin', Joel.
is-
Why
that
don't
is
you get a
nice.
fucking rose jacket? Look at him.
Yo,
Because once I drop down to 180 pounds, I'm gonna get that.
you got to go to JCPenney's bankruptcy sale.
Is that where you got it?
That's exactly
That's
where I got it.
amazing.
I was like, I told my mom, I was like, yo, I want to check out JCPenney since they're going out of business or bankrupt or whatever. And
Yeah.
I was just walking through. I was like, man,
Put the shot down, Renee.
I should not buy this.
Shot down. There you go. No, that's
You're like,
beautiful,
no,
man.
it's so good.
That's
I love
style.
it. Guys, I turned our tequila brownish.
It's okay.
Like, it's
It's
like
okay.
what's that called?
Maybe it's reposado.
Maybe.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
reposado. That's what I was thinking.
Man,
Sorry,
I
I'm
am
pouring.
not looking forward to this. Like the first one
Oh
I
my
took like
God,
a champ.
That's a
I know.
lie.
I hate myself.
Tequila's
we'll get
your
you a
least
fresh
favorite.
beer.
Yep.
You still gotta have beer.
But I'm proud of you for actually doing it. Good job.
Ew,
Thank you.
nobody mixes beer.
Yo, the reason
We're doing this for the viewers. Nobody mixes shots.
No.
We old now.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, like, the reason I'm totally willing to do this, I saw this show at the in New York, and this guy was, he's like, yo, I'm gonna let you dictate how my show goes. You get to pick which energy drink I'm gonna drink before the show starts. and there was a bunch of, it was a stand-up act pretty much, and he had a bunch of like post-it cards on the wall, and so we got to pick the prompt. So he picked out the prompt on like matching number, and then told
Nice.
stories based off of that while drinking the drink that we picked for him.
I love that. That's
I mean,
like one. That's like my.
basically what we're doing.
Yeah, that's like one of my future questions for you. Whose line is it anyway, or SNL? LOL, LOL. But that's for a different time
Wait,
period.
what?
No,
know what that
okay. So, Angie. So, I've been wearing rings for like decades.
well
So
put on
I
that
wear
one right there.
rings. So that's my thing. So my
Look at that
rings are all
creepy eyeball.
wacky right now. But like this ring, I've been wearing. Where is it? This ring, I've been wearing for like 10 years or more. I had it's a Celtic ring. I had the same one with the black stone, and then the stone fell out for a few years. I was wearing it empty, so I give it to my jeweler friend, who I was going to get my papa's watch fixed, but anyways, that was irrelevant. And so I was like, can you put a fake ruby in this? And so he's like, yes. And so then he loses my ring and then gives me this ring, Jolliffe, other camera. Which has a child soul
it's
trapped
like the
in
eye
it.
of Sauron or something.
I know, it's like Soup's creepy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like basically like a child soul in it, but I mean, I can't stop wearing it. It's like hand welded. I'm like, there's a video
I would wear that
camera
all
in
the
this.
time.
I know, I'm like, my jeweler's watching me. Like, there's
I have one ring, and it's a
devices.
Darth Vader ring.
Oh my God, we're really doing Jaeger tequila. It's like brown from Jaeger.
Yeah, no, I'm so not
we
looking
do
forward to
this for our viewers, so.
Yeah.
All right, I'm coming to get mine.
Guys, you guys are bad.
Oh, I
to me.
forgot we have zombie dust.
If you're watching this, please vote Fireball.
Please vote Fireball.
Oh, you guys are killing me.
So okay, here's a random question for you guys while we do this. Like, what do you think of garden gnomes? And be honest with me. They're freaking creepy, am I right? It's just a random question I found online. It has nothing to do with anything.
Maybe next
Garden gnomes?
Honestly, I don't really care
You
about
like
garden
your-
gnomes. They're like whatever to me. Yeah.
You're like, they coop.
they made a movie about them, like a Disney movie. Oh
That-
God.
Oh yeah, like
Shout out to
the
Scott
trolls.
Loader. Speaking of garden gnomes, he knows what I'm talking about.
Scott, garden loan. No.
I
talking about, right?
No, I have no idea.
This
What you're talking
weekend, Scott Loader, with the beard.
about. The weekend?
Buddy, yeah.
Oh, this weekend,
Not the
Scott
music artist.
gnome.
This weekend we just
He
had
was
his
like a war veteran. Why did
Yeah.
he like gnomes?
No, he looks like a gnome. Okay, you're missing
Oh,
the
he
joke.
looks like a gnome. Okay, I didn't really.
He would say that.
You guys,
I hate
cheers.
tequila.
I hate myself.
I hate
This
tequila.
is for our view. I hate tequila.
I hate it
I
so
hate booze.
much.
I literally
Thanks
hate
for being
booze.
game, though.
Literally die. I'm dying.
Ah, that was delicious.
Ooh. That is the last tequila shot I take for the rest of the night. Please,
disgusting.
please
Unless the
vote
people-
Fireball.
You can't look at that light because it's not on.
Oh yeah. Please vote Fireball.
For Christ's sake.
sake!
We need Fireball. I mean that was bad.
Oh, that was so disgusting.
Okay, wait, Sonny. All right, go ahead and make your plea now.
Please vote Fireball.
And now
Or
on
don't
me.
vote at all.
Don't vote it
And
off.
now me, please
Oh, there we go, sorry.
vote Fireball or not at all. And if freaking Austin, Jason's assistant, is out here, Jaeger, I mean, I'm going to pour me like
Austin,
a 3/4 like a
You
baby.
know what to do.
Oh, Jaeger. Tequila. It's so fresh, so young, so angry. Damn that rap music.
Sonny, are you hitting the zombie dust though? Are you getting?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm
filling
waiting
up?
for you to
Okay.
finish. I got your
You
fresh
can
one for
you can dilute the shot's effectiveness with some zombie dust.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to make sure I don't get too belligerently drunk on this
Oh,
show.
you'll be fine. Don't worry about
Please
it. This
do.
is just
Please
fun.
do.
You know,
This
thank
is-
you for all the shares.
this
We've
is
got
a
a bunch
safe
of
space.
shares on our on my thing, so that's great.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
great,
you,
great,
people.
great.
Thank
I
you,
love
people.
it. Comment and make sure comment on what do you want us to drink next. So
Yeah,
we
here
have
you
2
go.
more shots.
I'm gonna throw it up. What do we got? I'll throw it up. I shouldn't have said
Throw
that.
it
Tequila. Tequila's still ahead at 41.7%. Jaeger 33%.
Sonny, I got
Fireball
us. I got us. Don't
so
worry, boo. I ain't doing this.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
I feel
spam
like
my own thing.
I feel like we should be
Fireball,
well-rounded and get some Fireball in us too.
Who
you
does
know?
different shots? That is like
Let's just
such
cover
a
the gamut. So
20
all you have to
thing
do,
to do.
people.
Oh, we out
people
here.
listening.
We are not 20.
All right, people listening, all you have to do is go to the main video stream. You'll see it probably in the show notes. This is taking far longer to explain. It gets longer to explain every time.
You crack
Just
me up.
comment in the comments with the word Jaeger, with the word Fireball, or with the word tequila, or all three
Mm-hmm.
in one sentence. I mean, so just you can put it in a sentence if you want. All right, I'm gonna try.
So
take
tell
that
me
off.
about your multi-time state
Wait,
and
wait, wait.
regional
Actually-
championships.
Actually, we forgot to.
Jot us.
You had a thing you wanted to do. What's this?
Oh, the balls. This is funny.
What do we do?
This is actually viral right now in 2020.
I'm gonna blush. Sorry.
Wait,
Of
rewind
course,
it.
if you're-
You missed it. You missed it.
Okay.
Every player, unless they're from the same household, has to bring their own tennis balls, so that you don't touch other people's tennis balls with your hands. You can kick their balls, but you can't touch them.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna blush.
You can kick their
course,
balls,
if
but you
you're-
can't touch them.
If you're playing with someone
She
in
never
your
recovered.
household, you can touch those tennis balls.
Wow, she did the hand motion and everything.
To avoid To avoid confusion between whose balls are whose, you mark out with a Sharpie to mark out to put an X or put someone's initials on them. I would just say.
Oh, what would she say?
Oh yeah.
What would
But
she
isn't
say?
that funny
Never know.
though?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Because like that happens to me all the time when I'm just like, and
Don't laugh,
I'm a
don't laugh.
professional to the heart, so it's kind of like. It even was hard for me to unleash myself on my show, but I'm just like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to be myself. I can't
Renee
hide
Merrifield,
myself. So, I'm a
unleashed.
teacher. That's all I do for a living is teach voice lessons. And when I'm around my students, you never hear me say one cuss word or inappropriate comment and stuff. But then in real life, IRL, LOL, it's like you say something like, you can't, like that lady, like I would be the one in the crowd that's like, like, oh my God, you know
So
what I mean? It's really
inappropriate.
hard. So I mean, I'm not that immature, but it's just like that's pretty funny.
It's just hilarious because you can tell she was very much like, okay.
She was like so
She
embarrassed.
looked in the mirror that morning, was like, tennis
Don't
balls.
say balls.
Tennis balls. Because every time she said tennis balls, except for that one
It,
time.
like stuck in her brain, and she like effed it up. That is me. Like I'll overthink some certain things, and I'll be like, I just ruined this for myself by saying the awkwardest thing ever. That happened to me recently. No need to talk on that though. But LOL, Jolliffe.
So,
Jolliffe knows.
we got some comments coming in.
Tell us,
So
Jolliffe.
let's
Talk to
Jadov.
us.
Let me see if what happens when I push this button. Oh, look at that.
I'm just like,
where's
what's
it
happening?
coming
So let me check it out
Okay,
myself.
that one has a
since,
little heart, but it didn't show up for some reason.
Heart,
What do we
heart.
got?
I love hearts.
I love
Maria
hearts.
Grace says, "Ha ha ha, daddy?" Question mark.
Ah,
That is
Maria.
correct. That is correct, Maria.
And
Speaking
congratulations.
of daddy,
Wait, hold on, Maria. I saw
know.
you getting your wedding dress, girl. You
Oh.
know, you better. She
and
just
their
had
new
a beautiful baby.
So cute. So cute. Shout out to
Shout
Daddy
out to James
James
Early Wine and Maria Grace. We're so happy for you.
and Sarah.
We're gonna hang out soon.
Best friend Sarah Harvey says those shots are so full.
Aw,
That's
Sarah
right.
Harvey.
That's
love
how we
you.
roll.
My best friend Sarah Harvey.
She's also asking, "Are we allowed to vote twice?"
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Listen,
Oh.
that's what Austin.
You know what to do.
No, Austin keeps spamming, which is Jason's assistant.
Thank you.
He's just
Good
like
job.
Jaeger, which I will die.
He
I
is.
I mean,
he
it's
is
not.
a good
I just have a
assistant. Good job,
vendetta against Jaeger. I'm like, oh hell no.
I have a vendetta against shots.
And so-
That was hilarious.
In general.
Yeah.
And best friend
Me
Sarah
too, I hate
Harvey
that.
also says Nomeo and Juliet, probably in reference to our gnome
That's right, yeah.
conversation.
Aw.
And she's it's a lot of Sarah Harvey content.
Yay!
Best friend Sarah Harvey, Fireball she's
Sarah.
going for. And let's see if these Oh, okay. So
My
good to
best
know.
friend, Sarah
So
Harvey.
she did this.
She was on my show.
She did a post with
I was like
with
interviewing my best friend Sarah Harvey. It was great.
She did a post with like all of the balls, like soccer, baseball, and everything, but they're not showing up. So icons
Balls.
don't really, like little emojis don't really show up for some reason.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Ooh, it's about time for another poll, but first of all, I think we should talk about
5:43.
Sunny for a second.
Here you go.
first.
Last minute. You guys got
Lord
two. You
have
got 2
mercy.
minutes to get some last minute votes in.
2 minutes.
It
to
is
get some
literally
votes in.
tied 35.7%
He's like,
between Fireball and Tequila.
Please.
Holy smokes.
I'm begging you.
Please,
it.
God, I'm actually
Please.
voting my
Put
own.
out
Y'all
the-
don't know me. I'm gonna vote on my own.
Put out
thing.
the
you don't
APB.
you don't control me. This is my thing. I'm voting
begging you
Look
guys.
to your camera. There you go.
If you've
Fireball.
ever had a heart and you want to see a young man
Fire.
succeed,
Don't do
vote
this to us.
Fireball.
We old.
Fireball.
Damn, we can't be mixing like this.
I know. I haven't done this
I
kind of
mean-
stuff in forever.
So-
Nobody's driving tonight, so we good.
That's right.
but
This is a safe place.
so yeah, so yeah. What
well,
were you saying, Joff? Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I was gonna ask. So we just watched this video of someone kind of going down this rabbit hole of like saying the wrong thing, and then just kept
Balls.
digging. Sonny, you are in front of people often, except for lately, probably the last few months. But like, have you ever been like doing a bit or something where you just you start doing something and it turns into like this awkward thing, and you're trying to get out, you're digging and digging. Has that ever happened to you, or
You know,
you've been lucky?
the one time, no, not even the one time,
He
the
seems
one.
like a natural.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I thrive off improvisation, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
thrive off awkward situations. Like, because you know, I'm so likable.
Literally though, beard flip.
Beard flip.
Beard flip.
But like,
That's a new term. That actually just
I
started
just
tonight.
created that. I
like
know
it.
it's like brilliant.
like
Let's
it.
be honest.
there's this one joke that I do from time to time, right? And it's not something I do all the time. I try to feed off the audience and figure out what to do, but I compare going bald to getting cancer. And I think it's hilarious. I stick
I feel
by this
personally
joke.
attacked.
Well, I don't worry, I'm with you right there. But I think the joke is hilarious, and the punchline ends up being that at the end of the day, you're both gonna end up bald and dead anyways. But sometimes that joke, like, it nails in everyday conversations.
Nailed it.
But it does not always nail
In like a large group crowd.
Exactly.
Isn't that the worst when you're like, love me? And they're just like, cricket. It's like, well, fuck you. No, I'm joking. That's what you're thinking, but then you just keep going, obviously.
Yeah,
It's
and
got to be hard being a comedian. Like, dang.
you know,
But you
people,
just got to be you. I mean, that's your niche, right?
yeah, and people say that all the time where they think it's hard to be a comedian, but once you get that first laugh, it's just over from there. You know, this is something that I've been prepping for pretty much my entire life. I remember when I was a kid, I looked way different. I had like long hair because I come from a family of Sikhism, so I had like the whole turban kind of thing going on. And I remember like before I went to school, because you know I was the only kid that looked different. I was like, I gotta be funny or I'm gonna get my ass beat up.
It's like the guy in the jail. It's like, you gotta be the toughest ass in this guy, even if you're not. I mean, I'm not saying that you're not the funniest guy. You are the funniest guy. That's not what I meant.
Are you about to do a spit
but,
take?
you know,
Please
jail.
spit away from the microphone.
I've always wanted to do that,
Oh,
like with
Wait.
water, and
Oh.
just like destroy his studio.
look at the clock. You see what time it is. Let's check in. How you guys
You
feeling?
know,
I request a. Can we delay it?
I'm
a little
sorry,
bit?
no. And here's the polls. Wait. Oh, I didn't click that. Okay, I got some tweaking to do. All right, there it is. Jaeger is 12.1%.
No, that's okay. Good.
11.8%. It just updated. Tequila, 35.7%. Fireball, 73.5%.
Ugh.
Maybe like 77.
Are you guys happy? Are you guys fucking happy?
Yeah, we're happy. Thank you. Thank you. We
Also, Austin, you're fired. Sorry.
No.
He's not even here.
You had one
he's paying
job.
attention to his girlfriend. He got a new girlfriend. So listen, I want to talk to you about improv. So, I mean, it's weird because improv is my life as well, which I'm not like I'm doing comedy improv or poet. Well, actually,
She's also an astronaut.
So it's like improv is kind of my life because as you know, I'm a musician, living, breathing. That's all I do ever since I was a baby. And so I'm a singer-songwriter. And over the years, my style has changed. So it's like at first it was, and this is what I teach my students too, is like there's multiple ways to write a song and there's multiple ways to do things. It's no really right or wrong answer. But at first, you would just take a piece of paper, scribble, write it out, scribble it out, make it perfect, make it rhyme. And then I started getting older. I'm like, really, improv is the way for me to go. So my song children, I mean, I have literally probably 6, 7, 8 albums, giant albums worth of songs, hundreds of songs that I have in a vault that I've already created, that I improved. And what I do is I just listen to them like a million times, and I feel like that birthed them into existence, LOL. And so, improving for me, and sometimes they're not always songs, sometimes they're spoken word, which is what you was doing, poetry and stuff like that. So I really love that. I was like, that is so cool. I relate with you on the improv. I think it's you have to be, I always tell my people that I'm trying to get to do this, if they have that and they want to do that, it's like you got to really trust yourself and really just not think about it in a way to like, you are intelligent, you are smart, just don't think about it, because once you start thinking about it, then it's like your brain is like,
gosh darn it, people like.
do you know what I mean?
I
I don't know if it's the same way
absolutely
with like what you're doing as opposed to songwriting, but it's like you can't think about it or you're just gonna be like messed up, because my brain automatically is like seeing the future phrases and rhyming with them, and you don't have to rhyme, of course, but I mean, I don't know. So
you're right, because with improv, there's a common saying like first thought, best thought, and
trust yourself.
Yes, and when I moved to New York, I started reading a lot of spiritual literature. And I started doing, because I was in a depressive state anyways when I got there, because of like a lot of stuff happened.
It's expenses of hell. You ain't home. You miss your people.
But you know what? It's my home now. But we'll get to that later.
Oh!
It's like Indianapolis will always be my hometown, but New York is my home. I love New York. Like I've never felt more at home anywhere else.
Where do you live? Because I said New York City earlier, and I didn't know if that was exactly correct, because you put New York, but I accidentally said city.
I live in Astoria, Queens, so it's like it's barely Queens and almost Manhattan, like in the way I look at it. Okay. Yeah, but it's
gorgeous,
Queens.
though.
It's Queens.
I love New York. Keep going. What were you saying? You were saying,
well, like improv, like for me, it's like a really good way to be able to connect with your subconscious, because it's first thought, best thought. So you're just speaking as you're going along, and it's so much fun. It's you start doing things in your life. Like I've been improvising my whole life. where I've been doing like when I was in high school, I did this thing called BDTV, and I was doing news reporting for a high school channel, and I would always improvise all my things. I never wrote out a script where other people would write out scripts. I was always into the improvisational aspect of it all. Even with stand-up comedy, like I'll write some stuff out, but it's really
Have a few bullet points maybe.
Exactly, a few bullet points, but I like improvising most of it because I like to feed off of the audience. Improv has been such a game changer in my life in general because it just made me so much, it makes me happy. Like, you know, I'm sure you feel that same way when you're singing in front of a crowd. There is no other feeling than when you're improvising comedy in front of a crowd. Pre-coronavirus.
They shut us down currently.
But there's no other
right.
feeling. There is no other feeling in the world when you just come up with something off the spot and people relate and laugh their asses off.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I know. It's like I truly feel at home with improvisational comedy. And to go to one of your earlier questions, SNL.
Oh, as opposed to Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Way, because with the
that's an old ass as hell show.
Yeah, but it's also like there's two types of improv. There's a short form and a long form, and like what things that they do on Whose Line Is It Anyway is like
gathered
short form.
questions. So it's not even truly improv because it's like they're giving you like what you need for the whole thing.
It's improvisation in its own way. It's just what we call a short form, where they can achieve the result in a shorter form, right? In like games and almost. But the kind of improv that I'm enjoying doing in New York is long form, where we're coming up with stories and plays almost.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We have to work together. I almost wonder if Jolf should pull up an instrumental real quick.
No. Okay, so here we go. So just to show how awesome Sunny is.
Oh yeah.
On improv.
Sunny on the Circle.
Like when we were shooting the Sunny on the Circle stuff, we would just feed him some bits of information and he would just take it and run. So while we do these shots, let's watch some of this. And
he's a natural, you can tell.
Right.
Y'all,
hey, it's the first week of fall
Come
and the
over here,
concerts
Joel.
are going strong. We have a great list coming up for you this weekend, starting with the Grammy Award-winning folk duo, the Indigo Girls at the Palladium.
And I love your energy. I always have loved your
the
energy.
Red Knot Chili Peppers are coming
Cheers.
to the Vogue? And this next one is actually
Oh,
one
Lord
that
have
I'm
mercy.
really excited to see myself. The Radio Hits Revivalists are coming to Garfield Park on Saturday, so I hope to see you there. But to top it all off, the Lotus World Music Festival
Yeah, right.
is happening in Bloomington. It's
What was
taking
going on
over
that,
Thursday through Sunday.
Walzak.
It's a
Walzak made
spectrum
them
of
walk back and
every
forth.
Yeah,
culture
that's
of
right.
music you can imagine. It's probably music you've never even heard of. Rhythmic. It's every flavor underneath the sun. To stick with the art theme, we also have plays and musicals happening in Indianapolis. The Bard Fest is 3 different theater companies, 1 Shakespeare, multiple shows, all happening on Mass Ave. It's also your last weekend to check out The Lion King, the musical, straight from Broadway.
Just a
to
freaking
Old
natural.
National
I
Center.
was watching you like, okay, I'm a movie star, but you is a freaking natural. I wish I could sponge absorb that because I feel like I have that, but I haven't had that experience
Don't make
with
it
jumping in front of the mic and just being like, okay, here's my points, you know what I mean? And you freaking remembered that. I remembered that shit about you. I'm like, so I'm camera 2 helping Jason out, and just filming and just watching Sunny, and he freaking killed it every damn time. I'm like, the memory. And that date's probably, I mean, obviously not just high school, but pre-high school, you always had a good ass memory. Like, boy, I need some ginkgo biloba. Like, I'm trying to be a famous damn movie star, but I need
Ginkgo
some.
biloba, if you'd like to be a sponsor of the Michelle Merrifield
Make
Show.
my brain smarter. Like, so many memories need to be had, you know. So I just always admired that about you. You're so quick on your feet. You remember things. You have a very good memory. Would you say you have a good ass memory?
You know, honestly, yeah. I think more and more I do have a better and better memory.
That's got to be an important part of what you do, man. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because like with stand-up sets especially, I never, like most times I just kind of come up with a set list, like just like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the jokes I'm going to do. And then I just kind of feed off the audience and go off of that and figure out where I'm going. So like, I'm not like necessarily the best stand-up comedian compared to other people, but I definitely have that kind of energy that you're talking about. And people really love that. People always call me the hype man. Yeah, they always call me the hype man
Because you like...
because I have that natural energy, and that's when I was doing those speech competitions for D. Malay. You know, people
Your
really,
voice like speaks for itself. It does. It really does. And I always thought that when I was listening and seeing you live doing this stuff on Sunny with the Circle, Sunny on the Circle, it was like, okay, that's admirable. Like he's not boring. Even his voice tone, as simple as to like your voice tone, you have it like level 10. You're just like, yo, what's up? I'm Sunny on the circle. This is going on, blah, blah, blah. This is this, that, blah, blah. And I'm like, yes, that is such good energy because, I'm so old inside. I'm like 80 years old, but I'm also like 20 years old. It's really, I'm a young and old soul at the same time. So I fall behind sometimes. Like sometimes I just get old. I'm like, damn. But you keep that energy up, and I absolutely love that. Like that is so freaking cool.
Well, and my biggest goal with that is that like I know that people usually talk in the same type of diction or the same type of tone, and so my goal has always been how can I make things sound differently while saying the same things. And so my voice has naturally evolved over time to just do it naturally. So I'm putting emphasis on different words because the average attention span people have is so small. Mm-hmm. But if you put emphasis,
especially me, dead moth.
Did you say dead moth? What is a dead moth?
Attention span of a dead moth.
Well, if you put just enough emphasis on different words, people are gonna pay attention more to it. That's why. One thing I don't like is when people compare me to Aziz Ansari, because Aziz Ansari does that same exact technique where he puts emphasis on phrases and words that you wouldn't expect him to. Mm-hmm. I do it a lot clearer than he does.
You do. And, I don't know why you ain't more famous than his ass.
No, he's a good comedian.
But don't you, a part of you has to take that as a bit of a compliment, don't you, though? Because
since he's so famous or whatever.
You know what I mean?
But no, you're different, though. I mean, it's not the same.
Yeah, well, there's times when I come out and I do sound like Aziz.
Well, your energy, your energy is way damn better than Aziz Ansari.
Wow.
I swear to God. We've watched all of his damn comedy shows, and I already know that it is true. Like, you have this very, level, like you start with level 8 and then like on your inflictions you go to level 10. It's like it's always at level 8 though. Like for me, I'd be like, hello, you know what I mean? At first, and then I'd be like, hello eventually, but it's just like you're always like da 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 da, what's up, blah blah blah. And I think that is so damn intriguing. Like that's amazing. It's so good. How did you even start in this, because how did you start in just the whole improving comedy thing? Because I would love to try that. I want to also say that for other people that are maybe interested in doing that, but for me personally too, it's like I would love your advice on this. Okay, so you probably had to fight with yourself, like, am I going to be my true self? Because if I could be my true self, and some people aren't going to like it, that's the thing, and some people may be offended, but you're not trying to offend anyone, obviously, and you never have anything like too offensive. It's just you know what I mean, it's like a broad thing there, but it's like if I could just be myself, go on there, because I love improving. I love that. I think I'd be the most hilarious improv comedian as well. But it's like, how do you even jump into that? Because I would go into it and be like, I do not want to prepare anything. I just want to talk and then read the crowd. So, it's just kind of crazy thinking of it, never doing it, as opposed to a professional who has done it.
So while Sunny thinks of that answer, we're going to take a look at the polls.
Lord have mercy.
2 minutes. You've got 2 minutes.
I'm not a professional. I want to clarify that real quick.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, right. Your rap shows otherwise.
Okay, so Fireball's at 73%. So
well, thank Christ, Lord and Savior.
Unless the viewers really rally, it looks like we're going to be drinking Fireball. But anyway,
good.
I was buying you some time, Sonny, because I know you don't need any time. I'm just joking.
No, I don't need time.
Answer that question.
No, I'm not.
Like, what do we do?
Bastard.
Like, what do I do? What do I do to start? And I don't want to embarrass myself. Like, what if it's a flop? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I'm a star. No. But, like, as far as that goes, you know what I mean? Like, put me on stage. What do I do?
Truthfully, like, improv, especially at the People's Improv Theater, that's my home theater. I love that theater. It's just unlike anything else. It's just so much.
And you went through all of the levels for that.
Yeah, and I love that school because we got to New York, my roommate and I, we used to live in Indianapolis for 3 years, and then we moved to New York together, right? And he was like, I want to take an improv class. And so I was like, I'll take it with you. I like improv. It's cool. I did it in college. And so we took an improv class at the Pit, and then I went, and they have these things called jams. And I fell in love with jams because in Indiana, you don't have as many performances. Opportunities.
So Renee's going to the bathroom.
Oh,
you rude ass
no.
mofo.
No.
I can't believe he
Supposed to
called you
tell.
out.
Oh,
It's usually like
studio cam.
I
Look at
usually
that.
do it really.
The whole world can see
Ninja
you.
like.
I was just gonna
No.
pretend like you were there
Yeah.
the whole
No,
time.
no.
Jonathan,
Sonny,
you an ass for that.
Sonny, talk to me.
Yeah.
Look at Renee. Do the walk of shame. Damn, girl, back that shit up. All right, continue. Talk to me, Sonny.
Well, no, like so
Talk to me right here. Right here. Come on, look at your camera. Look at your camera. There you go.
All right, so like here's the thing. So with I took level 1 and they have these things called jams, and I never been to an improv jam. It's literally where you just show up and you and a bunch of other people are improvising plays or storylines, little beats of comedy, and I fell in love. My first week of doing it, because I did this jam. My friend took me there. I paid $3, and it was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off. And then I went and paid for a $10 show that was literally all about Jeffrey Dahmer.
What?
Yeah, and I'm not a true crime guy. I don't care what you guys say. I'm not a true crime. I hate murder stuff. I don't want anything to do with it.
So negative.
It's so negative.
It's just absorbing so much negative.
I learned way too much about Jeffrey Dahmer, and I paid $10 for it, and I was upset. Right? And so, like, that entire rest of that week, I just went to every single one of these jams every single week. And then I fell in love. And so pretty much for the whole year that I was in New York prior to the coronavirus, I was going to a jam every single day of the week that I could, that they offered them, that they provided them at the Pitt or UCB, which is a huge school that no longer exists in New York, unfortunately. And I was so about it. It just, like, when you find that passion, when you find that craft that you're just so involved with, you're going to know because you just can't stop doing it. And I was at the Pitt pretty much like 4 or 5, the People's Improv Theater. I was pretty much there 4, 5, 6 days out of a week, out of 7. So it's like, you know, I really, really gained a lot of experience.
Yes. Let the shots run through their veins.
Stop. We're barely tipsy. We old as hell. We got the tolerance of a damn
wait.
elephant.
Speaking of tipsy,
Oh no.
Let's
But
check
wait,
the
hold
polls.
on.
Oh,
You
no,
worked
too
on
late.
it though.
I really, for
Fireball, 73.7%. Bitches.
That was my doing.
That's okay. I'll drink whatever. I don't even care. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't even care.
for a whole year, I went to nothing but jams, really, and shows and whatnot that I could. And this community in New York is so cool. Like, improv is so cool there.
And a jam is a technical, like, I mean, that's a format, right? Like a jam is just like an improv kind of thing.
Yeah, you know, like, think about, like, if different musicians were to come together and just jam out without ever really knowing each other.
Yeah.
It's similar to that. So, like, you know, you could be paired up with anybody. You could be paired up with people that are more experienced than you, less experienced than you. It doesn't matter. You guys are just focusing on doing the scenes together, and it's random, and that's what's really cool about it.
Mm-hmm. I know I've been to a comedy club that's like that downtown Indy. Was it downtown Indy? LOL, it's all blurry.
Comedy
nowadays,
sports or
but-
something, maybe?
Yeah, comedy sports. So they did that. I would love it because it's
It's-
like one of my long-term
oh my
goals
God.
is to jump on stage and be. I mean, I know you can't just be.
You would kill it. No, like, there's people that
I just-
never have done improv before that have jumped on these things.
It's just you have to worry about, like, is someone gonna hate you?
Do
You know
it,
what I mean?
Renee.
And
I would
I'm
do-
very sensitive, so I'm like, why wouldn't you love me? I'm amazing.
I mean,
I'm a good person.
Sonny,
but
you
I
you
get
gotta have
butthurt
thick
about
skin.
haters.
You gotta have thick
You do.
skin.
You
Is
have
that
to
right?
have thick
Like,
skin.
when you're putting yourself out there like that, you can't be, like, you've got to, like, listen to feedback. Maybe you're kind of, you know, thumb to the pulse or whatever of what people are saying. But, like, ultimately, you've got to have thick skin to be in the industry that you're in, right?
Yeah, you would think so, right? You would think that you need thick skin. I actually have very thin skin. My
Aw,
feelings.
you're so cute. I love you.
My feelings, my feelings get hurt all the time, but not because of improv shows, but like other things. Like with my performance, I'm always confident, and if I don't get laughs, it's whatever, right? Like you go through those things. I'm always
It's like, okay, you didn't laugh. Well, fuck you.
yeah, because it's not always about the laughs. Like sometimes you can do improv and people are just like, that is pretty sweet. That moment, like you might just have a sweet moment on stage and no one wants to laugh. They just want to see that sweet moment. My feelings get hurt all the time, but
Really?
yeah, they do. Honestly, with comedy, and I'm sure you feel about this, and you too, Jason. Like when you put your heart into something and someone's like, well, you could do this to be better at it.
It's like you are not listening.
And
Hello.
I'll take it to heart in my head, and I'll think about it for sure. Like, I'm never gonna discount what they're saying, but I'm not gonna front and say it doesn't hurt my feelings.
And
That's just a part of the process.
It just sucks how everyone's so like commental. If that's a word, I made that word up. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers to Sunny Atwal on the show.
I'm gonna get so drunk, you guys. This is ridiculous.
It's only 4 shots. We'll be okay, probably.
Well, I mean, it's every 15 minutes, so the longer you go on the show, the more drunk we get.
That's true.
Keep that in mind.
And I love to say the word probably after everything. Probably.
Probably.
It's more like probably. Like, it's fine. Probably.
All right, we just did our
Oh, God, I
third
didn't
shot
do
of the
it.
night, fourth shot of the night. So here's the
Fireball's
way
yes.
ahead. So if
Thank
you guys
you.
want to vote.
Don't do
with-
nothing else but that,
in
please.
the comments section. Vote Jaeger. You just type out the word Jaeger, Fireball, or Tequila, and that will.
Me and Jason done did too much Fireball when we walked across America.
Bro, so
And then it was like
I got a
end
question.
of times.
to the end.
But then I'm finally able to do Fireball again.
Uh,
Like, you don't even need a chaser for Fireball.
okay.
What's up, y'all? What are you trying to say?
it's okay, Sonny. What's your day to day like? I'm always curious, like when people are, I don't know, doing stuff like you are. Like, what is it? What is your day to day in New York? You're a comedian. You're scoping out places. You're preparing. Like, how much time is spent preparing new material? Like, do you walk around with like a notepad and you're always like taking down thoughts, or like how?
Why don't we
like?
all live in New York with you?
Oh my god.
But first answer his question.
First of all, New York's amazing. It's so good, and I'm so glad I got the experience to experience
In
it.
Manhattan, where you're at.
Well,
Beautiful.
barely. I'm almost
Queens.
Manhattan, barely Queens. Yeah, that was what I call Astoria. Barely Manhattan, or barely Queens, almost Manhattan.
Okay.
But I love New York. It's amazing. You gotta go. I'm glad I got to experience it prior to the coronavirus. My day, I'm a different kind of guy, though. You know what I mean? Like, most people aren't like this guy right over here.
Hey, you the bomb. Where's your soulmate?
No.
Sorry. Okay, I'll
Stop trying to hook everyone up. There's-
he needs a soulmate. He's
Listen,
honestly
listen.
perfect.
Sonny,
No, I'm not
Sonny
perfect.
Atwal don't got time for love.
No.
Oh,
busy.
you trying to
He's
be
too busy
famous.
crushing it.
We trying to get him on Netflix.
My day honestly in New York was like I would go to work maybe if like I would schedule that day, and then I would go to a jam, an improv jam, and then I would go do an open mic for stand-up comedy, and then I would go to another improv jam after that, and then hang out with a bunch of people that are in the same exact community. But sometimes your days can include like meeting up with people to write and then go do stand-up. Like here in Indianapolis, unfortunately, because the community, the scene here is amazing. The Indianapolis comedy scene, the people that have run it have done a great job. But it's just like you can't do 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock open mics here. Where in New York, you can do the 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock p.m. open mics and people will show up. So there's days where I'll do like 2 or 3 open mics or 2 or 3 jams and do some writing in between and talk to people and whatnot. The days always change. The days are always different, and that's what makes it cool.
Yes, like it's just an ever-evolving city around you that
Yes.
kind of supports this constantly moving situation that you want.
Yeah, and so like at the People's Improv Theater, or the Pit, I'll keep probably calling it the Pit, there's an attic. They literally have an attic. It's an attic where comedians do an open mic. And sometimes you get
That
15
sounds
very
like a
hot.
badass video.
probably very hot up there.
What's it look like? What's the attic look like? Can Jason get in there and get some good video footage of you?
This room is bigger than the attic. I'm not
It's
playing.
big.
That's the
The
definition of
like,
attic.
For you see all those wires at that computer printer or whatever it is, that like
there's
to
no printer
here
in
is
here.
the size of the attic. And they'll get 15, 16 people in there sometimes. So I'll do like a 6 o'clock jam, go to an 8 p.m. open mic in the attic because it's just very convenient for me. And then I'll go back to do a 10:30 jam. And like the Thursday night improv jams at the People's Improv Theater, like because they have a couple of locations, that shit was crazy. They used to have to add extra rows of seats. And then people would stand on the sidelines, on both sidelines. There was like 60,
Filling it
70, 60, 70 people there. The jam would start at 10:30 and it wouldn't end until 12 a.m. Like an hour and a half of just improvisers watching improv and doing improv and having a good ass time laughing. It was like a party you couldn't even imagine.
God dang, I need to do this.
Dang.
I want to be a part of it.
If you two ever came to New York, I don't know how it's gonna be post coronavirus. It's gonna be
No,
different.
we're going to because my boo bear Blair, who's one of my best friends, we're gonna
Who I
start going
believe is
there.
downstairs right now.
She's downstairs. She's staying with us for a week. She did the show.
She was
last
amazing.
week.
I watched her last. I watched
Oh,
the
yeah.
show. Yeah.
Talented,
Very.
beautiful model, and she's so driven, just like
If
you.
you would like to check out that show, go to
my God, he's
JasonAaron.pro, go to
shameless plug.
podcast, go to Renee Merrifield, and that will take you to the platform you'd like to watch
And
it
I
on. So,
honestly, I highly
show.
recommend it because I'm actually really happy that her and I got to do this back to back, because I feel like a lot of times, especially with when I was growing up, people in Indianapolis don't believe that they can do more than what they can outside of Indiana. And it's really nice to see, you know, two people that were raised in Indianapolis go to New York and try and go out and do things that they've always believed themselves in doing.
Isn't that crazy how it just worked out like that? I'm like, see, these are two people I really believe in back to back that are just moving out. I mean, damn. I mean, New York, there's something about it. Alicia Keys even said, New York,
right, so-
concrete jungle.
All right, so we did a shot. We're a little behind,
Oh,
but here's
Lord
a
have
video.
mercy.
I don't know what it is. You told me to play it.
Okay, it's
What
really
is this?
short, y'all. What in the hell is this?
What is?
Is
the
this
hog?
Pumbaa?
That's like a.
That's Pumbaa. Oh my
Is
God.
that a
that's
big
Pumbaa.
ass pig? And look how
Wow.
fast it is.
That's-
This is a very short video. You might have to play it again, but I was shook about this video. It's
Wow.
currently famous in 2020. I'm just like, what in the actual hell is that?
Wait, what am I doing?
I thought that I cropped that whole
Wow.
end out of there. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Hey, play it again. The mofo running.
Okay, let's play it again.
Yeah, play it again. What is he doing? It's a pig, right?
It's a. What are those called? A
Why
boar?
is he that
Is that
fast?
a boar? A wild boar or a?
It's a hog.
I
isn't
mean,
it?
how is he that
A hog?
fast?
Isn't that just a
This
pig?
is a moving car we're talking
I don't
about.
know. Honestly, I don't know the different words for pig.
That is funny, right?
Yeah,
Like he's
it's-
just like. I love that.
He
So
wasn't
that was just a
purring.
random video.
You purred a little bit. That
I was like,
I
meaning
know.
the car was
you
going
can't help
zoom,
but
zoom.
purr, can you? Okay, let's. We got like 3 minutes before the next. Where are we at?
We're on our
Fireball.
last shot eventually.
75.6% still.
It's because my 77
I'm having a great
votes.
time. Honestly, I'm having.
Yeah.
I
That's good.
love the whole setup. I love being here. This is so much fun for me, and I'm
Thank
so
you so
grateful to
much
be
for
here.
being
So
here.
tell people. Like, were you surprised when you walked into my studio? Like
Jaw lift,
no,
big
listen,
head.
Shh, don't make me mute you.
He will too. He will mute me.
What do you think of this place? Like all the things you've done and seen or whatever. Like, because I've had Indianapolis Colts players in here. And they're like, bro, like the Colts don't have shit like this.
You know, I gotta say, definitely.
You can be honest.
Yeah, I will be honest. And I did my solo show in New York City twice. I did Taxi Cab Driver, which is a show that I wrote, I acted in, and I directed
Wait,
it.
why
was gonna
haven't we
ask you
talked
about
about
that.
this? I
Yeah.
meant to do this at the very beginning of the
listen,
show.
listen,
I'm so sorry.
Listen, that's
Carry
how
on.
that's how good Sonny is. He worked that
But
into
that
this
is
answer.
like huge. It's huge,
That's
and I
how
meant
good.
to already mention that.
That's
so
how good he
anyway,
is.
Sonny,
Let
tell
him-
us about
let
it.
him go.
You done did it all.
I wrote, acted, and directed my own solo show, Taxi Cab Driver,
The graphic is
in
on
New York
screen.
City, right?
Yeah.
And
No, not that screen.
I was supposed to bring it back to Indianapolis for the Indie Fringe Festival, which, if you haven't heard of it, look it up.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I was gonna bring it. I was gonna bring it here, and it's gonna be like a homecoming for me. And unfortunately, because of COVID-19, is getting canceled, which is the right decision. They made the right decision. But this whole thing, like the whole studio setup, the whole podcast being here, has been a nice supplement instead of being able to do that. So that's how I feel.
Ah, very cool.
It's so sweet.
I take that as a compliment.
I just,
Thank you, buddy.
I
And your
mean, Jason, you
beard
say,
and
yeah.
You're just so epic.
Well, Jason, you talk about how
Yeah.
you had all this equipment from the very
Well,
beginning.
not this.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like,
He
I
done
remember,
built it.
I remember when he just had a camera, and then he
Uh-huh.
had like the thing he had to put around his waist.
pack.
Steadicam.
Yeah, right. And then he had like
Bro,
the
you've
light.
never seen my closet. I've had a lot of gear. Like, I've only had a little bit since like we last worked together.
Okay,
so
big
I've
head.
had a lot.
We all
of-
know he's had it a lot. He's been
But
doing
for
it, but he has
me,
built
They're
it.
all
though.
just different tools.
That's just really great to see because as I've stated several times, and as you know, all three of us are independent artists that are trying to make it in our own lane without just going into and giving up to the bigger corporations. And
Like, you don't have to change.
You
can
don't.
Still, if you're actually legitimately original, be you. I mean, that's what the world needs, I think.
And I think you two have shown that if you just believe in yourself hard enough and you get the right gigs, you can truly do the great things that you want to be able to do. And
Yes.
that's a big deal, especially in this state, because I've been here for so long and you've been here for so long. All three of us have. People do not believe in themselves here because they think they're from Indiana. They're like, Indiana's not shit. And it's like, that's
If
not
only
the
they
case.
saw it from our eyes, right?
Right.
Like, Indiana is a special, beautiful state.
I wouldn't be anywhere that I'm at if it wasn't for Indianapolis.
Amen. Amen.
I-
Honestly.
Right?
It kind of sculpts you because it's like, it's not these main places, but it's Indianapolis, it's Indiana. It's a special place.
All right, so check out. You
Sad
mentioned
when people don't know
Indie
that.
Fringe. You mentioned Indie Fringe. So I'm gonna show. They did a
Screen
great. I don't know
whiplash.
who produced this, but like they did a great job. So this is like a 1 minute thing. So let's watch this real quick.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Low, up, slow, good.
Oh, you smell like crazy.
This is great.
I love a man who can blow.
Man, who can blow? I love that.
Don't even have time to it. This isn't gonna work.
Sing it, girl. That'll work.
Oh, my eye.
That'll work.
Dress is ready.
How did they make this? This is incredible.
This is
It's
great.
really good. It's really good.
Jason looks like he did this.
Like, who the
Aw,
hell
thanks,
did?
buddy.
Get it, girl.
Yeah, that's great, man. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
Indie Fringe is like legit.
Oh, they're so legit, especially for that video because that is
Yeah,
effing insane.
That's great.
And
Just the quality production of that.
Exactly. And for me, what was a big deal is like, if you can figure out what your home state or your home city, like what you did there, because I've done the Indie Fringe here for a few years where I was acting in the Indie Fringe. I did this live action silent film. It's one of the coolest things that I've ever done in my life. And then I also co-wrote and co-acted or acted into the same exact performance about the
Right.
fourth pig in the Three Little Pigs. And
Wait, was it the one that we just watched running across the
no,
screen?
no,
Oh,
it
okay,
wasn't
different
that.
one.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
sorry.
And
that
so
was
like,
a hog. Yeah.
And so
That was a boar. Oh, it's a boar. It
God.
was a wild boar.
It's a wild boar.
Wait, I
It's
think I
like
said
it's
that,
like your
didn't I?
home base, right?
It's my home base, and like I learned a lot from doing those things. And so when I went to New York and I learned improv and I did my solo show there, I was like, I can't wait to bring this back to Indianapolis to the
don't
Indie Fringe.
amplify them.
Because like in the Indie Fringe, you as an
amplify.
artist have an opportunity to make money. And that's what was a big deal for me. I was like, oh my God, I've learned all this stuff in New York, and now I can come back. Like I knew it was a successful show in New York. It was at 11 p.m. on a Thursday night, the very first time that I did it.
Hey, Thursdays.
Yeah, I love Thursday. Thursday is my favorite day of the week, legit. And I did it on an 11 p.m. and I had like 43, 45 people there, almost sold out, not completely.
It's a big crowd.
It is a
babe.
big crowd for an 11 p.m. show slot. It's a big deal.
Yes.
And it did well. It did very well. The audience reaction was anything unlike I expected. And then I did it again in January for the Asian Comedy Festival. And I got to open for Michael Cruz Kane, who did the Seth Meyers show like a week or two prior and advertised
Seth
it.
Meyers, huge.
Huge, right? So Michael Cruz Kane was doing a stand-up set, and I got to open for him, which was
You are literally famous, so I don't want to hear you.
No,
are
no,
famous.
no.
That makes you famous.
It was a huge deal for me, and it was a big deal. He didn't think of it that way because he's still working his way up to in his mind. But to me, it was an amazing milestone, and my next step was to bring it here because it was going to be my homecoming. It was going to be like, look at all this stuff I've learned in New York. I'm coming back home because I want to show everyone that I know here what my performance level and style is. I'm not just a comedian, I'm an artist. Like I can do things, and I'm sure you feel the same way. Like I'm not just a singer-songwriter, I can do things beyond that. And that's what it was a huge deal for me. And the Indie Fringe Festival gives you those kinds of opportunities. and I'm gonna look in this camera, even though the red light's not.
There it is, right
there it is.
Hey!
I got
If
you.
you believe in yourself, you should do the Indie Fringe Festival, and that's why I was gonna do it. And unfortunately, the circumstances this year haven't lived up to it.
Coronavirus.
Exactly,
Coronavirus.
Speaking of,
Wait, hold on, Jolf. That was an inspirational statement. I love you for that. Jolf, hit it.
so we got a couple more comments coming. We got Dirk Raider saying Fireball. He's calling for Fireball. And
down with
Dirk.
he also said, I
The
think I just
easiest
saw
of the few.
I think I just saw a sweat bead pop out of Sonny Atwal forehead when he drank that shot of Fireball.
Oh!
LOL.
It
Wait,
is.
can I just
Speaking
give-
of, let's check.
It be like
we're
that.
like 5 minutes behind. We're supposed to do this every 15 minutes.
This will be our last
Let's
one.
check the. I mean, it depends on how long the show goes. So
I'm fine to do more.
Jaeger,
Let's
9.8%. Tequila, 35.7%. Fireball, 75.6%. The people have spoken. Renee, pour that Fireball.
Can I just give a shout out to Dirk Raider? Thanks a lot, man.
Do you know him?
Dirk, you heard
Yeah,
this
I do. I do know Dirk
Oh,
Raider.
okay.
He's so nice of him to even watch this because the very first post that I did about this, he was like, "Hey, where's the link for this?" And it's just so nice that he actually came through and watched
That's
it all.
cool. Nice.
sweet.
He's deep
We
in
love
too,
the
man.
followers,
He's like
man. We love
hour
the followers.
20 in.
Yeah, you know, people that say, especially at the end, it's the best.
Yeah,
People
man.
are voting.
best.
And then that's something about like Indianapolis culture that I don't know. It's so hard to explain different cities and different states' culture.
For real, because it's real, though.
Yeah, because I'm like trying to explain New York culture improv wise even, and it's different because I can't quite grasp it all the way. But I've known Dirk Raider for years now, and he lives in Columbus, Indiana.
Cool name.
Yeah, and it's not
Dirk Raider? That's a cool
Yeah,
ass
right?
name. Like, are you
I mean,
a famous actor?
you've already got the Dirk, and then he like put the little cherry on top with
Dirk Raider. Yeah, that's a cool ass name. So tell us about him.
Well, it's like DMLA is this youth fraternity that I was fortunate enough to be a part of when I was younger, and I traveled the whole state. So I met a lot of really cool people, a lot of great people going back and forth. And he's one of those people that I was able to meet, you know, a different age range, different ethnicity than I am. And those are the kinds of things that I'm very appreciative about Indiana. I got those kinds of opportunities that I would have, I can't believe I got those while I was here. That's
Isn't
why.
that like God shit? Because it's like
Yes.
you're grateful that like you could even come across certain people, and it's like, thank you, Lord, for bringing my friends into my life and bringing this path. Because I feel like it's all about the path. It's hard and it's a struggle, and at the time it's so wacky. What did we say at the beginning? Wacky
Wacky
tobacco?
poo. Wacky
Wacky
poo.
poo. I was like, wacky tobacco. You know, I'd be rhyming all the time. Wacky poo. It's wacky poo.
I hate when people shit on Indianapolis.
Me
specifically.
too.
Me too.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm like,
Dude,
Tom
I've been-
Petty,
look, I've
all
been-
the people, Renee Merrifield, Sonny Atwal. You know what I mean? So
I've been producing TV shows. I produce 4
Tell
now
us, John.
that features Indianapolis events and restaurants and businesses and
It's
companies
special.
and people, stuff like that, since 2008. And you know, I hate the comments where people are like, "Oh, there's nothing to do here." Like, no, you're just not looking in the right place. Whatever. Like, we got a lot of shit to offer, and it's man, there's some great diversity and activities and places and businesses and all that. So.
Well,
F you.
and people just don't get it, man. People in this city don't get it, and that's why Chris Walzak, which I gotta give a shout out to him.
Let's
Yeah,
give it to
buddy.
him.
He
Chris
deserves
My
it.
Walzak,
business partner,
He
Chris
deserves
Walzak.
it.
longtime
Yeah.
business partner of Jason.
Chris, I hope you're watching this because you are one of the coolest people that I've met. You're weird, but you accept your own
He knows
weirdness.
he's weird.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But like,
But he knows, he accepts and loves his people, and he knows what he wants.
Yeah, well, the funniest thing here's my story about how I met Chris Walzak. And if you want to come over here, Jason, while we take this shot, while I explain
yeah.
this story.
Yeah.
Tell
let's
us
do it.
about Chris,
So-
because he's effing amazing.
My car was messed up or something, and my dad was about to go to India, right? And my dad my dad is a taxi cab driver, which is part of the inspiration about my show.
Cheers to your dad.
Cheers to my dad.
What's his
Hopefully,
name?
Shaminder Sam is his English name.
Shaminder?
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
You did a great job, honestly.
Shaminder Sam. Cheers to his daddy. Why am
And
I always the last one?
At some point,
suck.
I definitely want to talk about my solo show, but not right now specifically. My dad,
Lord
Sam,
have mercy.
or Shaminder, he
I love that name.
He has, since he's a taxi cab driver, especially of an Indian ethnicity, he knew a lot of underground people for mechanics, right? A lot of like places that you would never know of if you didn't know the car community within the city. He's similar to me in that sense, or I'm similar to him. And he got my car fixed at this place, and my Uber driver to get to my car was Chris Walzak.
Are you serious?
I swear
You know
to
what?
God.
I think I actually heard this story.
I
That's
swear
awesome.
to God.
Yeah.
He was
Dude.
my
You just
Uber
instantly
driver.
connected.
If that's not kismet, I don't know what is.
Right,
And
exactly.
this dude, Chris Walzak, he's just, I mean,
Eccentric.
you can't really we can't over or under talk him. Like, he is a producer. He is he's ready to go. He's an engineer. He's a producer. He's got ideas. I mean, he's a producer.
He loves promoting Indianapolis. So my story is,
Yes, he loves Indianapolis.
so I was in northern Indiana, Michiana area, South Bend, Elkhart, Niles, Michigan, like that area, that broadcast area. That was actually my first show. I started in 2008. He had seen it a few months in after we'd been putting out content, and he reached out and he said, hey, I think we got some things in common, let's work together, kind of thing.
2008.
Yeah,
That's
2008.
a long time ago.
Yeah, and so I reached out to him, and man,
now they're in thousands and thousands of hotels across
yeah,
Indiana.
and here's my thing about Chris Walzak.
20, 30,000. What? I don't know what the number is.
150,000 viewers each month.
On
Because,
all
yeah,
of the
in the hotels. So every hotel room.
John, explain that. So it all
we're
goes
in over
it's a
11,000
loop.
hotel rooms. I produce this content for them, and so visitors come in. They're like, "What do we do? Where do we go? I've never been in Indianapolis," and we
Right.
show all these places that are just amazing
In
to visit,
all of the
restaurants and bars
hotels
and
on a
shopping,
loop.
and
So that's why it's called In the Loop. And then Sonny was the damn star of it. Sonny in the Circle in the Loop.
Well, and here's my thing about
You're mixing
Chris.
about 3 different things, but that's cool.
Here's my thing about Chris Walzak.
Yes.
Is that so he was my Uber driver, and my car was in some strip club parking lot.
Interesting.
Exactly.
I love that.
A former strip
Continue.
club, right? It was a former strip club parking lot. My dad knows these underground people that fix cars. And he took me there, and he's like, "Are you serious? This is a strip club party?" He's like, "You're hilarious, man." And he was just
I
talking
love
to
you,
me.
son.
Yeah. He was just like, "You're hilarious." And he was like, "Here's my card, man. Dude, let's work together." And I was like, "Yeah, I definitely will." He's like, "No, you won't."
No, I'm calling
like,
you
yeah,
tomorrow.
because you guys know how people are.
He'll
with
definitely
Yeah.
say that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that?
he'll be like,
Yeah,
you won't.
You artists, especially as artists, we know how people are,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
He's like, "You're not gonna contact me." I was like, "I will. I definitely will." He's like, "No, you're not."
You
I was like,
contacted
no,
him.
but seriously.
You did it.
Yeah, I contacted him, and then I gave him a reel of what I literally said the words of his former host
that he
and
wanted it or whatever.
Yeah,
So-
and I sent him a video of it, and then he asked me to come do his Indie Visitors channel, and I did it. And Chris Walzak has a special place in my heart, specifically because he gave me an opportunity to promote the city that I love so much.
Yeah.
And that is a huge deal for me. And because of Chris Walzak, I remember meeting Jason Aaron. Because Jason Aaron, yeah.
That's jasonaaron.pro.
Yeah.
If you don't stop with
Go.
that
I
.pro,
will mute you.
Well, and I remember
will mute
the
you.
first
man.
time I met
Yeah.
Jason was the first time I met you, which we were doing the segways.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Those are
me and
fun.
Sonny were riding around on segways together.
And
So
Chris
much fun.
Walzak is hilarious because he's such an asshole. He tells Jason, he's like,
White River State Park.
he was
Yep.
like, Sonny and Renee had a real connection.
Why didn't we do more stuff together?
such an
Sonny,
asshole.
Are you making
So-
moves on my girl,
And something that
Sonny?
really had happened was though, like, okay, so we on the park, right? We're on White River State Park. Okay, so me and Sonny are doing a TV segment, and like all of a sudden I forget how to control the damn doohickey. What's it called?
The
Renee.
segue.
Segue.
Renee,
So I start
Renee,
leaning forward, and I
Renee,
keep
Renee.
what? John?
Look at that
You're ruining
microphone.
my-
It's all up in your face. I bought these microphones so that you could. Yes, thank you.
You bought 400.
I just want people to see your pretty face.
So sweet. Okay, so anyway, so I start freaking out. I'm like, how do I stop? So I keep pushing forward, and I'm like, oh, I can't stop. So it was bad, but eventually I figured out, oh yeah, bitch, you have to pull back to stop.
I'm gonna try to find that clip. Actually,
But me and Sunny did
see
a
if I-
literal TV segment
Yeah.
where we were just riding around on the segways, but I straight up forgot how to work it. I was just trying to zoom. It, you know what I mean?
I do know what you actually, Jason. Can you
Need for
also at some point in this podcast before we leave,
Yeah.
can you play the Sunny on the Circle intro, because that same video that you played earlier.
Yeah.
I love that intro, and I just want everyone to see the production quality that you offer, because it was, to me, production quality is such a huge thing, and that's why I am so grateful to be on this show. I don't think you two understand.
It's our pleasure, love.
Yeah, but
It may be your
You
I mean,
pleasure,
are a
but it's
future
fine.
famous ass,
Let me-
so
Let me see if I can.
just
maybe I'll play
remember
it
me. If
now.
you
Let me see
can
what I
pull
got.
me up, if
Let's
I'm
see.
not famous yet, just pull me up.
I think like just the cool thing about this city is that we can do things like this, and the production quality can be on a level that other people in bigger cities are trying to attain.
Yes, and they're not used to it because it's like we grew up and lived with this, so this is our production quality. I mean, people have dreams when they come into it at a late age, maybe, but you have to kind of, I don't know, you don't necessarily have to be there for your whole life, but we do have someone in the house that has been there doing that their whole life, so it kind of makes a difference in the quality.
Well,
You look at the quality versus blank versus it's like Job's gonna win.
I think all three of us just are very good examples of what Indianapolis citizens can be, because it is so
Citizens.
easy to get yourself in this mindset like, oh, I'm from Indiana, I can't do anything. It is so easy to
hate
get
that.
yourself in
Because
that
people
mindset.
are literally listening to that lie about Indiana is not real or whatever. Indiana shit. Blah, blah, blah. Indiana is an amazing, special state, honestly. You guys need to realize that.
It's a special state, but
If you love
I'm
me, you will
gonna
realize it.
hardcore press that Indianapolis is a greater city than Indiana is a state.
I agree. Indianapolis is beautiful. The core of Indianapolis, where it started at 0. My papa, who is literally 93, and he's a badass. I mean, my mama and my papa are my life. I take care of them. Many people don't have their mama and papa.
Yeah.
It's like heartbreaking. Like, damn, that I will die soon when they LOL. Dot dot dot. Blank, blank, blank.
When they LOL?
But seriously,
when they finally
they're-
laugh out loud.
What does that mean?
Oh my god, it's so hard to explain, but yeah, you already know. It's hard to talk about, but they my people. He was the one that explained to me that's like the monument is like 0 or something, and then certain streets go west and whatnot straight. It's just like wow,
wait.
you're gonna have to
Wait,
re-explain
shoot.
this to me.
Okay, hold on.
Joff,
It's
take it
6:30.
over.
So you know what that means. The poll
And also
fireball is still. I mean,
okay,
the other ones were trying, but it's 75.6% fireball. So
you guys are crazy.
you wanted
Yeah,
this,
you guys are crazy.
Sonny. You wanted this.
So
This is what you
we'll-
asked for.
I
listen.
actually, yeah, and I'm okay with Fireball the whole time
All
through. I'm
right,
just like, damn,
man.
this is like what, my 6th shot? I haven't taken 6 shots this whole year.
You're like, we're good.
I feel like this is responsible drinking though, like every 15 minutes. That's good.
So what we're gonna
Yeah.
do is just I want you to like just educate and just beautify our viewers because you are so talented and amazing
Thank
with
you.
everything you do. Like I mean, from the get go, you've been writing, you've been improving, you've been
Ooh.
comedian.
Wait, I think I have. Wait, okay, so we got a little. Okay,
Joseph,
I'm
what?
looking at raw footage. I mean, we're going back a ways here. So
Wait, can you play it from the very beginning of
Do
that
I
video?
not have 2 more
Are
videos?
you, why, really? You want that like the talking and everything?
No, I just like the part where he's like, Sunny on the Circle is sponsored by Indie Visitors Channel and the magazine. Or,
Oh,
you know,
I don't, like this is raw footage, bro. Like this is when I used the Steadicam now.
yeah, you did Steadicam for that. I
Yeah,
remember
this
that.
is
You had
all,
it on
like-
your waist.
Yeah, this is all like GoPro footage. So
Wait, do you
Sunny
what?
on the Circle, the place
we
you
go.
need to go to check out events happening in our city. I'm Sunny. This is the Circle. Stay tuned. Welcome to another episode of Sunny on the Circle. The
I just told you
channel
to keep
need to
going.
Be watching
Like,
for
keep
events
going, man.
happening in our city.
We're gonna get this
I'm
intro.
Sunny. This is the Circle. Stay tuned.
Well,
dude, I love it.
Welcome
Look at
to
that.
another episode of Sunny
Look
on the
at
Circle.
that. Look how beautiful
the
that
place
is,
you
though.
need to be watching to figure out the newest
you're
things
so,
happening.
you know-
Fuck that one up.
No, you know what? Like you were so directable. Renee went to pee.
Thank
you were
you.
so directable, which is awesome. Like, who cares if you screw? Like, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just, this is all improv and everything. But
Welcome to another
I was just
episode
like,
of
keep
Sunny
going,
on
keep
the
going.
Circle, the place where you
'cause
find
we
out
were
what's
looking for
happening in our
different
city.
elements to come
I'm
in.
Sunny. This is the Circle. Stay tuned.
so that was this.
Welcome to another episode
we
of
were
Sunny
trying to
on the
nail
Circle,
our-
the place where you go to find out what's happening in a Circle City. My name is Sunny. This is the Circle. Stay tuned.
But dude, like, it's so. Those are fun, man. I love, like, just keep going, because sometimes you're in a situation. We're trying to figure things out. Welcome back from your urination, Renee.
You ass, man.
Ah.
You always
he's
screw
such
me.
an
I
asshole.
can't
He's
stand
such an
him.
asshole
I
for
will
doing
mute
that.
It
you.
would have been fine.
Welcome
I
to
muted
Sunny
you.
on the Circle, the place you go to find out what's happening in the Circle City. My name is Sunny. This is the Circle.
Yeah, and I was shooting with multiple
Stay
cameras
tuned.
here on the Steadicam, but like I was just like, keep going, and you did it, and that's like that. You're easy to work with, dude. Like you're really easy to work with.
Thank you.
And you just
so
kept
much.
doing it, and even though you're like, you didn't question, like, I'm saying the same fucking shit over and over again. Like, yes, trust me, there's light, there's movements, there's people, there's all these different elements, and I'm just trying to get, like, we're trying to get this intro, that would work.
And
for
thank you
something.
so much for saying that, because I didn't even know that's what we did. If you could go back to that same video that we did with the hat and the white shirt that you showed earlier,
Oh, yeah,
if you
yeah.
go to the beginning of that, I just
Okay.
want people to be able to see how you edited it and made it look great. Like from the very beginning of that video, it looks so professional, and you made me look.
You're talking him up like you done brought it from
Renee,
the beginning.
shh.
Well, here's
Jolliffe, be honest.
talking me
He
up.
brought it from the beginning. It's not like
Of
you
course,
had to
yeah.
do much editing.
Yeah, but here's the issue: is like I may have brought it from the beginning. But you two have always brought it from the beginning, and when you have, this is why this entire situation is so perfect for all three of us, because it really exemplifies a growth, a progress that all three of us have made together, and maybe we've done our own things as all artists do.
Look-
That's
he's-
hilarious.
look
You're
at him.
so
Yeah,
stupid.
he's like trying to get into
Yeah, that's
See,
what I'm
that's
dude,
what
the
I
things
do.
you
It's
psych
like,
yourself
brah,
up.
brah.
Like,
But you did this amazing opening. I just want people to be able to
Click.
see it.
oh, look
To
at that
see the
short
raw
little dude.
One time
this
you've
is
seen the
great
same
to
8
see
people
raw
over and over
footage.
Yeah.
Because you can see how you directly just go. You go. And that's so I think that's so that's special compared to what I would do, which it takes me sometimes a minute. It's like you inspire me to be on the go at all times and have that energy, which I do. I have that energy. It's like that rare energy. But even you have more rare energy than me. And I'm like, how does that even happen? How does someone have more energy than me? I'm Renee Merrifield. But you do it. You do it, Sonny. You literally have it. Judging
wait.
from the raw footage, for
Look at
real.
him trying to get. He's getting in the zone. He's, like, he's asking a few questions like, look, what's my motivation? Like, I need some direction.
And then 5, 4, 3, 2,
Here we
1,
go.
boom.
And I really appreciate that, Jason.
No, you go when you go.
Like, we're just giving you some information, and they're like, you turn it into magic, brother.
Okay.
My
Here we
big.
go.
And you do it.
We're ready. And go.
Here we go. Watch this. Chris is
All
like,
right,
You're
all
waiting.
right.
You're waiting.
Action. Hey, it's the first week of fall, and we have a really strong concert season coming up this weekend, starting with the Grammy-winning folk duo Indigo Girls. They're coming to the Palladium. And can you believe that the Red Hot Chili Peppers
Literally,
are coming
what
to the
the
Vogue?
hell? Like, from the very beginning, you're such an idol. You were literally
One that
like,
I'm really excited
Well,
to
the thing
see
I
are the
pride
Radio
myself-
Hits Revivalists.
The thing I
you're like,
pride
I'm
my
talking over myself.
the thing I pride myself on the most is that I am my ability to learn, and I think any director would love to work with me on the
Yes.
sense that, like,
I concur.
thank you so much, Jason.
Good
Yeah, brother.
energy and just positive energy as well.
Well, if you tell me how you want something, I'm gonna work my hardest to achieve that exact direction, because it's not my project, it's yours. Now, if it's my project, I'm gonna try and achieve the feeling and that I
you
want.
had wanted.
But
yes.
even then, I'm going to direct myself. So I appreciate that direction. I want to be able to do what you want from me. And that's why I appreciate it so much. And that's why people appreciate me so much. I don't impress people with my talent. I impress them with my growth.
and you impress them
And here's the
on the
moment where Sunny
screen
walked off set.
when
Oh,
you
there he is.
show this, that like, it just honestly like reveals itself.
Jason, I want you to show the intro that you did. You're,
Oh,
you're
what-
like
what-
selling yourself short.
What,
Come on,
what
Jolly,
did I do?
where
I
is
don't
it?
remember. This is like seems so
much
long ago.
footage. Who
It's
knows?
the
Wait, did we do our?
It's
Did
the-
did we do the 6:30 shots already?
No, we're
Oh.
done, honestly. I mean, listen,
Really?
I think we should do a baby shot and
Calling
end
it
it,
quits.
honestly.
Okay, so what did I do?
I'm done. It's not like
Sunny.
we're drunky poo or anything, but you gotta be safe. None of us are driving tonight, like we said, so we good. We good in the hood.
We're all good.
But I like to maintain my superiority awesomeness in the motherfucking.
All right, so I've got the little thing.
You
ready.
did this amazing thing, like just
All
like
right,
if you.
I think this is it. I'm not really sure, but
It's
like
just this like
well,
yeah, that's it. I
is
can see it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. Well, they had zero Sunny content.
Well, no, it was like a whole thing.
Was
it was
that
like
supposed-
I'm
right.
sunny
It
on the
essentially
circle.
was
Yeah.
Sunny.
Oh, so I should pull up one that actually goes into you, right?
Yeah, no, it's the whole thing. Like it had that as the beginning, and it's like I'm sunny and I'm on the circle.
Oh,
And
yeah.
You did this whole amazing intro,
Alright,
and
alright.
the
Oh,
reason I
sit.
love it so much is because it's one of the most professional things I have ever been a part of.
And that stays with you as an
Sonny,
artist and as a
I
person.
need you to look into that camera and say that one more time.
Yeah, I just want you guys to know that Jason and Aaron did one of the most professional things that I've ever been a part of on camera.
In my whole career.
All right, now you're faking it.
So listen. On the side, I have to know: is there any words you despise on a fun note? Because for me, it's tabernacle.
Tabernacle. Oh, wait, I think I got it.
moist.
Wait, I think I got it.
On the
have
Circle
anything?
is brought
Oh,
to you with
he
the
done
enthusiastic
prematurely
support
started this
of
video.
Here and
Sorry.
Wow Magazine
This is it.
and
Sonny,
the
called for it.
Indianapolis Visitors Channel, the go-to source for thousands of visitors
Kilroy's.
to Indianapolis every week. And now, this week's On the Circle.
That's right, bitches.
Welcome to Sunny on the Circle,
This
the
is
place
it.
you go to
Yes.
find out what's happening in the Circle City. My name is Sunny. This is the Circle. Stay tuned.
The energy, baby.
Right?
The
Isn't that
energy,
so cool?
baby.
That's so professional.
Oh,
Dude.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
You know, until you pointed it out, I didn't realize.
I try to tell you early on, his energy is fire AF.
It's not just the energy; it's also the editing. Because I'm also
Hey,
a
it's
big
the first
editor.
week of
And
No.
fall
right,
in the
I'm a big editor.
You roll. You just roll and go.
Thank you. And like,
You don't need much editing.
Dude, I forgot that I did that. That's I'm not gonna lie, that was good.
man, I really wanted everyone and not just you to see it because I remember when that first came out and I was watching it over and over again because I was just like, this is so cool that I'm a part of this. Like, you know what I mean?
Tell me.
It's just like how it's just like how I felt with my solo show in New York City. I was
Brought it
able
back
to.
around.
They at the People's Improv Theater, they do this thing called SoloCom, which is solo comedy. It's a festival. It's amazing, Renee. You would absolutely love it. Like, the amount of talent that was at this festival is unreal.
Like, am I able to enter into the festival?
Yes, you could.
It's in New York,
next-
though,
I
right?
want to.
Next-
Hey,
yeah,
we got people that live in New York. You and Blair. Let's go.
Please, within the next couple of years, I don't know when it will happen again next. It's normally in November, but if you can do it, you both are welcome to stay with me. I swear to God.
Sweet.
Okay,
It's so
this is-
cool. Sorry, Renee, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, it's one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of. It's just like the Indie Fringe, but I submitted this solo show. It's called Taxi Cab Driver, and I did this thing because my dad was a taxi cab driver, and I've seen him deal with the events of Uber and Lyft and how that has affected his business. So I did this whole solo show about the ramifications about this son who inherits his taxi cab business from his father after he passes away.
Like a rich's inheritance.
Kind of, yeah, exactly. But like, with a taxi cab business, what are you gonna do in
It's a
today's
lot
time?
of shit.
Exactly. What are you gonna
It's
do in
not
today's
necessarily
time?
like a riches, but it's a giant inheritance.
a
You
gi-
have to fill your daddy's shoes. You gotta do the whole thing.
Yeah, and so I did a whole thing about how I would react to inheriting a taxi cab business. and it was very funny,
Oh my
but it was
God.
also very dramatic, and a lot more people. I never anticipated on making the show to make people cry, but for some reason it did, because it was an emotional piece.
That means I will cry.
You know what? I've always measured a certain level of success if you can move people to laughter, to tears, to some sort of emotion. You know what I mean? Like if you can
Yeah.
get people to be like, "Ugh," you know.
So we're gonna be posting the shit out of this, obviously, for you, Sunny, because like obviously this is amazing. I'm so excited because I already know I'm gonna cry. Obviously, I cry.
Also,
I
look
cry
at the
all the
time.
time.
It's 6:45. It's time for our next poll. And Fireball, 75.6%.
We like done passed up the
No,
few polls.
we gotta do it. Hey, if we're still live, we're doing this poll.
I honestly, I want to do this for like the rest of time.
Yeah, let's keep
I'm here
let's
for the
keep
rest
going.
of the
Honestly,
time.
Sunny,
We'll do
we
a Joe
love you.
Rogan 3 hours minimum. So
It's crazy how easy
So
it is
Fireball,
to go 3
Renee.
hours. It like happens.
Renee.
So
I hate
quickly.
that it's almost over. Almost over. I want to be on here forever.
I know.
I
This
know.
is a safe zone. Safe space. Renee.
So much fun.
Renee.
Okay, I
Renee.
guess our poll. One
Fireball.
more shot,
The
Jonathan.
people have spoken. I have to go to the bathroom.
It was literally me. I voted 77 times.
Thank you.
I was like, Fireball, Fireball, Fireball. Please don't do like tequila or anything. But that's just so sweet. Sonny, you are so amazing. Like, just everything you do. I'm gonna, like, I think that it's hard to be like, Jason, pull up an instrumental, because that's not cool.
I would do it. I would no, seriously. I would freestyle. If you pull up an instrumental right now, I will freestyle and you can sing the hook.
If only Jolliffe was here. Did you hear me like burp into the camera? That's so awkward.
No, it's okay.
It happens involuntarily.
I've
so-
been burping in between you talking.
These mics are so high definition. He just got these. These are like the Joe Rogan mics. I'm like, damn, I'm Joe Rogan, bitch. It's crazy.
I mean, this is just such a high quality production podcast. It's just such an honor to be here.
What? You're an honor to interview. You're so talented. I adore having such amazing guests, and you keep my guests keep topping the charts. Like, you make me happy. You are so amazing. What you're doing day to day, it's crazy. And what I've seen from you, it never ends. Like, you are constantly building content. You're constantly doing your thing. It's perfect. Like, that's what people need from you.
I can't help
So-
but notice there's no
Listen,
shots on the table.
I'm gonna need you
I'm sorry.
to
I'm sorry,
listen.
but I'm gonna need, as the executive producer.
Jolliffe, I
of the show.
overrule you. So what you're gonna do now?
See this button right here? That mutes you.
No.
Renee. Wait. Renee.
One.
Pour the shots of Fireball.
You know, guys,
Listen.
I wore this shirt and I have
What is
to
that?
make a
Oh, yeah.
comment on this.
Yes,
This
do
is
it.
Guas.
Sequas.
Right, and my name is on the back of the shirt and everything. This is I'm not playing with you, and I
Zoom into that shirt.
the reason
Wait, maybe move that mic out of the way. So, or yeah, there you go. Or like
the reason I wore this shirt is because when I was in high school, I was on BDTV and Speech and Debate. I was way more popular than most nerds in school. And I did this whole thing because I was on the BDTV program. I was like, I'm going to do a backward swag. You know what I mean? Swag was a huge thing when I was in high school. Swag. What is swag?
Swag.
I was like, I'm going to do the backward swag. And
Crisscross
Guas
style.
is not the backward swag. I'm such an idiot. I did not spell it backwards correctly. So I had to change the whole thing to shaken up swag. I don't know if you guys can see.
Oh, there you go.
Bend down a little bit.
Look
There
at
we go.
that.
Okay, there we go. Shaking up swag.
Okay.
And it has
okay.
my name.
And it's got a
under-
little guy in it.
Yeah.
Is that you?
No, it's not. It could
Okay,
be.
is the guy you?
But it has my name underneath that guy, right? Like, produced and made by Sunny Atwal. When I was in high school, one of my high school friends, Bryce Lee, his father made these shirts for me, and I made over 100 of these shirts, and I sold them for no profit. It was $750.
Good boy.
I had to pay him $750 for 100 T-shirts to make this exact design.
For free.
Not for free, but he made profit. I did not make profit.
What?
So like production for me was 750 or 100 of these T-shirts. I had to pay $750 for. So I was selling these shirts for $7.50. So I sold 100 of these T-shirts in high school, and
Gangs.
right, and about 100 people wore them on the last day of high school.
I love the thing, the blue is like fades into dots.
It's a
nice little
generic
thing.
T-shirt design.
It's alright. I like it.
It's pretty cool to be able to say that I did this kind of a thing in high school. I'm just really excited about it. And there's like 100 of these T-shirts floating around in the world.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Wow, way to
no.
care about his T-shirts
No,
and go
I
on
do.
to the next topic.
I do care
Listen,
about it.
we'll do half shots
This is all
and
about,
we shall
no,
end it
Listen,
soon.
it's all about Sonny Atwal tonight. You sent me a couple of video clips. Set up the late-ish show with Ronnie Pascal. We'll watch a little bit of that video. Like, what do you set it up for us?
Yeah. Is this the stand-up bit or the roast yourself bit?
This is the stand-up thing.
Oh yeah. So I'm not a big fan of recording my stand-ups and posting them online because I feel like people won't come out and see me as much if I post my videos online.
Right, keep it sacred.
Right, and a lot of people don't understand that because it's we live in an online world, right? But with this, I was just like, let me go ahead and because Ronnie Pascal is an amazing guy that did a lot of stuff at the People's Improv Theater. He texts a lot, and he has invited me to his show several times, and I was just really excited to be able to do some stand-up virtually for him, and I'm okay with this being online because it's a different type of stand-up than I usually do.
Coronavirus. All right,
Yeah.
let's watch a little bit of this.
Yo, so like every 4 years, it feels like people are upset about who's going to be our president and who's playing Batman. And honestly, at this rate, I can't tell which group is more passionate. I mean, if we as a nation can't even decide who plays a superhero, how are we going to decide which person bombs which countries that year? I grew up knowing I could trust Batman before I ever knew if I could trust the president or not.
Team Batman.
Because I love cartoons. My entire moral
That guy cracks
compass
me
is
up. I love him.
comprised of 2 seasons
He's
of The
high as a
Simpsons.
kite.
He's Twitter
is he?
famous. He's
I
Twitter
think that
famous.
bet
every
he
incoming
is.
president
Look at him with
should
it.
have to play
beautiful
Batman
afro.
in a movie. A whole trilogy.
Ooh,
I
that's-
like
That's a
him.
that's a good
Batman
thought,
movie a year.
We could tag
3
him
years
in
as
this.
Batman, 4 years as president. That's a 7-year commitment.
So what's that like?
Batman
You know,
learn how to have a moral code.
how is that mentally performing in front of a live audience, hundreds, thousands of people, compared to you're looking into a webcam and delivering your lines? Like, what's the difference there?
Because they could or could not reply.
The difference is that I'm feeding off my own energy, right?
Like, I'm funny. Fuck
That's gotta be
you.
hard, right?
That's how I would be. I would laugh at my own jokes. Like, wow, really?
it's hard if you don't believe in yourself because my ego is so huge that I'm just like, yeah, I'm funny as hell.
And if you don't think that's funny, then you is not funny.
Exactly, right? And so like with that kind of a thing, I'm like, instead of like figuring out, like instead of being
Just keep going. in that
Exactly.
moment.
Exactly,
Like, wow,
Renee.
this crowd is weird. I'm gonna keep going though.
Yeah.
Because obviously you got some mental funny issues. You don't understand the funny.
In my head, I know where the laughs are supposed to be. And so doing it online and doing that, I'm like, this is where the laughs are supposed to be, and I can go off that flow. Versus how the laughs actually are in real life. Because in open
Virtual
mics,
comedy, no.
way different. Because
I mean, not no, but just like, whoa.
well, like open mics suck because the laughs are never on point. Because those are a bunch of jaded comedians that have listened to like over 45 comics that same day. Versus doing a show where these are people that are going there to want to laugh. It's completely different.
Yeah, for
I just
real.
burped.
I was like, did you just burp while
I
you
did,
pronounced
yeah,
that
I
last
did,
syllable?
I
He's
did.
always gonna call the shit out. I was like, I was
Oh.
gonna be. Hey, I thought this cool was like
Gurgle.
completely.
All right,
It sounded
so,
kind of like a
on-
completely.
On that note,
What,
so,
Jolliffe?
So do you see anything post-COVID that change because of the coronavirus? Like, do you see anything sticking? Do you see anything like long term that's like, if they hadn't got people, kind of changing the way they consume information, media, comedy? Do you see things sticking around longer? Like, is anything going to change, or are we going to go back totally to where we were pre-COVID?
I don't think we could.
That's before coronavirus.
TikTok has changed everything. Let's go ahead and address that.
It's straight up. I wish I was TikTok famous, and I'm like, okay,
I
I'm
recently,
gonna get on the
I just joined TikTok a few days ago.
Okay, Joff, it's not about you.
Guess
you're
what
gonna be the one that makes me
Guess
TikTok
what
famous.
Guess what my profile is?
Oh, Jason Aaron Pro, because he somehow thinks pro is like a good thing, and I'm like, listen,
Jason Aaron Pro.
why don't you just say
all,
okay?
Listen, I'm gonna
Wait,
mute
hold on.
you.
Let me hold on. No, don't.
All right, I'm muting you.
Oh my god.
Yep. Yeah. Jason Aaron Pro.
Don't.
On all.
Oh
Wait,
my God.
are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
Listen.
No.
You should be.
Yep. I'm muting his mic too. Hello, everyone. It's the Jason Aaron Show, and I am Jason Aaron Pro on all platforms. Go find me. I'm on TikTok.
Okay. Go ahead and unmute.
I'll unmute you.
So I just feel
back
like
to our
pro. At first he was prod. I'm like, listen, motherfucker.
It's short for producer, professional, procreator. Nope, that's not true. All right, go ahead.
He muted me again. There we
Sorry.
go. So yeah.
Had to do
So
it.
okay. So first it was
so
Jason Aaron
beautiful.
prod. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You a prod?
You were right. You called
You
that
a
right.
prod?
Thank you for that.
What kind of prod?
Well, okay,
You
so
prodding into no.
on Twitter,
Shh.
on Twitter,
And then I said,
on Twitter, to use the maximum amount of space, it was like I had to put the D on there. I'm like, I was just trying to maximize, but it ended up that was not the way to go. Pro is better. Professional, producer. Still muted, Renee. Okay, she's back.
I think that we should have an honest vote on if Jason Aaron Pro sounds professional, because I feel like he should put
Do you
producer.
hear the words that come out of your
Listen,
mouth?
okay, guys, I need you guys to understand the ads.
Sonny, what do you think?
Wait, no, let me finish my sentence here. So, sentence.
How many
So-
zombie deaths we got?
A bunch.
2 left.
One
Bro.
for you, one for bro.
Can we?
Wait,
split
can
it?
I listen? Jason Aaron Pro
Yeah.
does not really say
Why do you keep
that
putting the
this
microphone
guy
up
has,
in your face? Let's see your face.
Oh, if you
Drop it
interrupt me,
down.
I'm gonna mute
Listen,
you, and I'm gonna come
I
break
want
all your
people
shit.
to see your face.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to shush for about 20
Do you
seconds.
see how she treats me?
Okay. Listen, bro. Jason Aaron Pro sounds weird to me. Does that sound weird to you? Does that describe his
Yeah.
professionalism? It
Listen,
should be
listen.
Jason Aaron Producer.
Listen,
Jason.
Jason Aaron was not available on all platforms.
Stop
Jason
muting
Aaron
me.
Pro was.
Okay.
There you go. Jason Aaron Pro.
I don't think your name.
He sounds like a professional golfer. Jason Aaron Pro.
Well, I don't think his name necessarily has to do anything.
He's
with
very
it.
obsessed with it right now. It's just a
Forget
moment of
it.
It's
weakness.
branding.
What do
It's
you
just
think?
branding.
Well,
That's
forget his
Jason
name.
Aaron Pro.
His-
Does
his
that sound? I just feel like it should be Jason Aaron, but
But his-
that's taken.
Well, his work speaks for itself.
Thank you.
That's what I think.
Thank
I don't
you.
think his work matters because
So
like
it doesn't matter what the URL is because his work speaks for.
exactly because for me, I'm just really grateful that I was ever even a part of Sunny on the Circle with Jason.
What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean a part of Sunny on the Circle?
You were
Your name
it.
is literally in
Sunny
the title.
That's hilarious,
on-
right?
It's like you
Dude.
are that.
Dude.
I shit on myself so much.
Dude, no.
And
No,
bro,
it
that
just-
was so
No,
amazing.
that-
Like
you
the
were-
way you slayed.
You
I
were
mean,
like
swear to God.
90% of that equation, like literally. I was just pointing and shooting, like, dude, you're really good. You are really good. Like, no bullshit. Like,
Well,
you're really good.
Thank you. No, thank you so much. Like once again, I'm just super grateful to be able to be on this show because I watched Blair Wilson's episode and I was just like, this is so cool. And you meet cool people. And once again, I don't want to harp too much on how cool Indianapolis is, but you meet these really cool people that can do things on their own. Like you and Jason both do things on your own. It's not like you're doing this because other networks are connecting with you. It's because you're doing this because you two know you can do things on your own. And meeting those kinds of people here is amazing.
Dude, the
You speak
world,
to us.
the world is such that you have to create your own product. I've
You
never
have to.
I've never relied on anyone else. I've never waited for opportunity to come to me. I've always just, and that's a lot of work.
And I think that's a rare
Renee will tell
quality.
you, like, I work.
Someone that like really
Yeah.
does that by themselves and just wants that full product by themselves. That's what gets the full quality.
And if you
someone that wants that whole thing and they did it from the beginning by themselves.
I want the world
And I
to
think
go
every
and
single
everything
one
in
of
it.
us in the studio has done that.
And if you are looking to do that kind of stuff, if you are looking to make an avenue for yourself, I cannot emphasize Indianapolis more as a city for you, because Indianapolis forces you to it forces you literally to be able to do things on your own, because without Indianapolis you're just going to be on your own. And other cities like New York, I'm still trying to make a way for myself. I'm still trying to pave an avenue for myself
And figure it out.
exactly. But
Like,
in
largest
Indianapolis,
city in the nation. No big deal.
No
Like,
big
I'm
deal.
sure
it's
it's fine.
no big deal.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, I can do it. I have that kind of an ego. I can do it on my own. But
You're
Yes.
good.
this is the city to be able to develop your own voice. And I've said it since day one, because I love this city. It's my hometown. And I can't express the love that I have for this city.
Now,
Me
if
too,
you're
same
not
way.
finding those opportunities, then you're not working hard enough to find them.
Yeah.
Like, because they're there. Like, there's opportunities everywhere. You just gotta look. You gotta put in the work. If you're not
Yes.
ready to put in the work and the time, then this ain't
It's never.
you know,
it's not the
this ain't
business
the career
for
for
you.
you.
I never want people to think, because I left Indianapolis, that it's not my pure love and passion, because I love it so much. And I went to New York because I felt like there was maybe a bigger opportunity or a bigger chance for me. But I never want people to think that I left here because there wasn't enough opportunities, because I love this. I love this area so much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
an
Indy.
amazing. It's an amazing state, and I always knew that from a young age, that I was like, Indiana, and I just feel sad when people hate on it, but it's like, I understand everyone goes through different things. Indiana to me is everything, and I love it. I would love to show one last video before we go out. So it's this kid. I showed this a few shows ago, but I don't think it hit well. But I would love to see what your reaction is. The apparently kid, he cracks me up. And
Apparently.
and I really appreciate everyone too for voting in and commenting and telling us what shots to do. We love that.
Yeah, but
We
you
love that.
stopped. You stopped listening to the people.
We
So
didn't do the last shot. We probably
I got my own problem with
maybe
that. But,
after
you know,
the apparently
whatever.
video, maybe we'll take into consideration the very last shot.
Yeah,
Lord
you
have
better.
mercy. I mean,
All
we're
right.
fine. Like I said, we ain't driving, but I don't know.
That's
Sonny,
great.
I
What?
wanted you to okay, so one of my girlfriends came on my show. Her name's Emmy. Adorable, icon legend of indie, makeup artist, model, such a babe. But I just this has been a few months ago, so I wanted to play this video again. This kid was famous a long time ago, and he just done touched my heart. He's so cute. He's super, I don't know if he's New York. It's not it's not New York. It's something else. What is it? It's like Boston or something. You know what I'm
Boston?
saying? He's like, yo. But anyways, he's the apparently kid. So Jala for
Apparently.
It was
I love him.
great. And apparently, I've never been on live television before, but
Neither has Sonny.
apparently sometimes I don't watch I don't watch the news because I'm a kid, and apparently every time, apparently Grandpa just gives me a remote after we watch the Powerball.
Tell me about the ride. What did you think about the ride?
Well, it was great. Because
Shout out.
apparently you're spinning around, and apparently every time you get dizzy,
Yeah.
that's all you do is get dizzy.
Kid's gonna be great.
Yeah. And I've
Get
never
out of here,
ever
Peach.
been on
Or
live
Peace.
television. I never ever be on live television.
I never been.
Yeah, and apparently I already went down the
See,
super
she
slide.
gave up her microphone.
When I
That's
went
what
down the
happens.
lawn, I was scared half
The
to
dad's like,
death.
Grandpa's like, stop.
I just freak out.
I love how it keeps going.
What? I need his name.
Keep
It's like
rolling,
mic
Joel.
drop.
Keep
That's
Hold on.
basically
Yep.
mic
Hold
drop.
on. I'm just gonna
That
ask
was
you. What's
mic
his name?
She's like, wait, what's your name? What's your
Noah.
name?
What's your last name?
Ritter.
Apparently, my name is Deck Ritter.
Wait, Ritter.
Ritter, R-I-T-T-E-R.
Wasn't he commenting on her poster here?
Wilkes-Barre. All right, buddy.
Wait, hold on. It still rolls for a second. The grandpa tries to go away.
There's a boy here looking for
He
you.
starts talking again.
All right.
There's a boy here
That
looking
is
for you.
my dad's town, Tom Jersey. Tom Different, you dare.
Okay, that's where it is. Because, like, at the end,
Wow.
he's like, apparently. He just says that, like, so
Apparently.
many times. It's so cute. Kids of the future. They're so adorable. I
That's
love them.
pretty crazy. You know what? So we have another video, Sonny. Like, roast yourself. When you want to set this up a little bit?
Yeah, actually. So that's funny. Ronnie Pascal, who is Twitter famous. He I met him through the People's Improv Theater. He does a lot of tech work there, and he asked me to be a part of the Roast Yourself show, and so I roasted myself. And that's what this video is all about. It's just me roasting my younger self, as I'm sure all of us wish we could do at some point.
No, I would never do that.
I would be like, you were high water.
Sonny, how
Check this
are
out.
ya?
Yo, I'm doing great. I just did an improv set, so I'm
You're in outer
warmed up.
space.
And that improv set was to raise money for something, correct?
Yeah, it was actually through the Pitts Facebook Live page. There's like 8-9 different organizations that they have that they're donating to.
He's so more
if
professional
you go there
than I
now,
am.
afterwards you can donate to the group.
I mean,
and
I
send
didn't
them-
want to
flying
point
in
that out.
space.
Spent
That's
$1,200
cool.
right now.
Nice, that's amazing. Sonny, are you ready to roast yourself?
Yeah, you know, I've
That's
been.
the question.
Let's hear some
I am
insults.
definitely ready to roast myself. I am really good at being hard on myself.
Yeah,
Great, that's
what
what
she
we're
said.
here for.
I would not roast
and your
myself.
time begins.
I'd be like, hell no, I'm perfect, man.
I'm so
All
good
right,
at it.
So when I was younger, I was.
Is that you?
All I've ever
Yeah.
wanted to do is be cool.
Look at all that hair.
And to be cool, you gotta wear good clothes, right? So before I got to this point, my freshman year, I thought it would be wise to invest in nothing but South Pole clothing. And
You guys know what South Pole is?
South Pole clothing is, but
Oh
it's
no,
like
I remember.
Pole?
It's a very popular
South Pole?
brand, teenage brand.
Yes, exactly.
It's like
real.
suburban FUBU.
Suburban.
I was late on every single trend, and so I was sagging my pants. And I'm sorry, when I say pants, I mean shorts that were going all the way down to my ankles.
It's so embarrassing.
So how much do you do stuff like that? Like what? Like is that the scene now? Like is that?
Or is that a rare, once in a lifetime
yeah, I mean,
opportunity?
is
You
that
roasted
like-
your. It'd be hard for me to roast.
I mean,
myself.
just
I'd
the
be
whole
like, fuck
Zoom
you, I'm
call,
perfect.
like everything. I see Joe Rogan
And
doing
he's like
Zoom calls a
semi-famous,
lot. You know,
ish famous for real.
Well, truthfully, like Ronnie Pascal is a really cool guy. He texts his own shows, he produces his own shows, and I was just really fortunate that he has asked me to do a couple of his own shows. And I've never roasted myself before, but I definitely deserve it.
You're like, I will do it.
I will, because I shit on myself so much more than anybody else shits on me. So I'm
Right,
like,
we're
yeah.
our own worst critics, for real.
We
for
are
real.
our own worst critics. You're absolutely right. And so I'm like, yeah, man, you want me to shit on myself? I'll do it all day long.
Let's go.
Yeah. And
Professionally, I will do this now.
exactly.
For real, let's go. I
Yeah.
got the material probably somewhere deep.
It was, yeah, it was very cool to do that show because I was like, yes, I absolutely want to make myself look bad. Which is very fun. And, like, you know.
Especially for such a big client, like, popular.
Yeah, this guy's got like 30,000 followers on Twitter. He has a check mark and everything. So to be able to do one of his shows is like an honor for me, just as much as it is to do an honor on this show. This show is a very big honor for me.
That's so
Thank
sweet
you.
how you say that. I love that.
JasonRainer.pro.
You know,
Produce your podcast here.
I want to know if you have any shout outs that we need to just boom boom slap us with them.
Boom boom.
You
Like,
know,
what you got? Like, who do you want to shout out? I mean, even if it's from your youngins' childhoods.
you know,
I put S's on everything.
Yeah. it's a lot.
definitely, I think the biggest shout out that I want to do, obviously, is my own page on Instagram is Sunny Outlaw. That's my stage name is Sunny Outlaw.
No
because-
underscores.
I'm
or
gonna
anything.
pull that up.
Nope, no underscores or anything else. It's just literally the way it sounds is Sunny Outlaw. And then the second page,
Where'd the Outlaw come from?
The Outlaw comes from because my last name is Atwal. And so I would tell people like, hi, my name is Sunny Atwal. And they would go, did you just say Sunny Outlaw?
Basically.
And I was like, no, not at all. They're like, that would be a badass name.
Oh.
You're like, you trying to change my name to something?
On screen.
It's already badass.
On screen. Everyone watching, go to Sunny Outlaw right there. Instagram.
Yeah. Instagram, I never use.
Look, I see
word.
on your bio, you put the link to the video.
I did.
SUNN.
I like it.
If you check my story,
Outlaw.
if you check my story out, there's 2 different posts on my story about how like I was coming onto this show because I was so excited about it. I'm a very big fan. I'm just so excited to be here, like I said, and
we're so happy to have you. You're such a legend and an indie legend, and not only that, but I mean, I feel like indie stems to like it's like kind of a rooted thing. So I don't think many people realize how rooted indie is, but indie legend equals world legend.
And I really appreciate that because being an indie legend is a huge deal to me because Indy is my hometown. And
it's a beautiful town.
It's a beautiful town.
You do it proud. You do it proud.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that because I just Indianapolis is just so great, and I just want everyone in the world to know how great it really is.
That's
it's
exactly
funny.
How
We
I feel
connected.
too.
We connected like recently. I think on Instagram or something. Like there was something we just like got dialogue. Like, bro, like let me know next time you're in Indy. And like I'm literally here right now. I'm like, dude, be on the show. Like that would be great. That's awesome. Like so, and it happened. I mean, this was just like a week and a half ago. So I'm glad it worked out, man. Like
yeah,
I
because
love you.
you aren't
and
in
you're
Indy
great.
anymore, so we're so happy to. I mean, this is your hometown, and I mean, you moved from Indy to New York to pursue your dreams. So it's so inspiring to see you back in Indy for a little while, for a week or two, and boom, on the Michelle Merrifield show.
Do you call them dreams? People are like, "Oh, Jason pursuing his dream." Like, I don't like these aren't dreams, man.
More like
this
life
is
path.
This is like, this is the fruition of hard work, determination. Like, dreams seem too far fetched. Like,
so it's always been the dream, and the dream is just kind of fruition-ing.
I don't know. Like, what do you think about this thing? Like, does it seem like a dream, or is it like, no, you know what? I'm going to attain this because I work hard and I've got talent and I'm going to do it. Like, dream just seems too like far-fetched. Like, oh, he's achieving his dreams.
It's weird because like ever since I was like a little kid, I know exactly what I wanted to do. And so dream does seem far-fetched in the sense that you're saying. I've always been dedicated to this exact purpose that I've been chasing after my entire life, and I just can't express enough to the people that are watching this. Like, you gotta follow after what you like, and doing comedy is what I like, and that's what I'm chasing after, and because I'm chasing after it is exactly why I know I will make money off of it. Because I have seen other people that have done the same thing in different career fields that are not as risky. Yeah. That they are, you know what I mean? They're not as risky on their ends. But I think the truth is, like, if you just learn how to do the craft that you want, it's not as risky as it seems.
Yeah, dude, like, when you talk about creative outlets, creative careers, things like that, like the number one advice is like you can't be faint of heart. You can't be too bothered by that paycheck mentality. Like you if you're in the paycheck mentality where you have to have like regular money coming in all the time, because you're talking about for you. You're talking about investing in yourself. You're talking about doing things like not many people do this, and there's a reason, because a lot of people just they can't handle it. I have to have a weekly paycheck, and it's feast or famine. And
that's exactly what I was thinking. It's feast or famine sometime in this business, be it comedy or writing or acting or singing or a musician. It really is feast or famine. It's like, but if you love it enough to do what you love, then maybe you'll make it one day, and it's a small percentage.
And for me, it's never been about a chance of making it, because I've always believed in myself into making it, because I know I will make it on my own terms.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a huge deal. Is like
it's like 25% of the equation.
Exactly.
That's beautiful too. Just on your own terms. Like, damn. Like, it's not even that. I mean, maybe you'll make it huge on the rare percentage, but like, you're going to be proud of yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it's like, are you gonna make it on your own terms, or are you just trying to make it? And those are big questions you gotta ask yourself. Because for me, it's always been like, make it on my own terms and invest back into my community. LeBron James was able to open up an entire school in the city that he grew up in, and for me, it's very much like, how can I produce and make my own school? Because my background is in education. It's like my college degree is in education. How can I come back to my state and my city in the poorer areas and the areas that don't have as much opportunities, and how can I provide for those areas for the city state that I love? And that's my goal. That's my ultimate goal, and that's
For real?
Absolutely, 100%. I want to
Oh
come
my
back
God,
here and open
that
up a
is-
comedy school. That's my biggest goal. Is come up here.
That's so sweet.
Well, you have to. Like, at least in my opinion, it's like, I grew up here. I was raised here. I got my biggest opportunities here. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Chris Walzak. Thanks, Callie Burke. Whatever her name is now. But, like, I really...
Callie Burke.
Yeah, you know her,
Wait,
right?
what's the story there?
Oh, actually, she was my acting teacher in
No
IEPY.
kidding.
Her very first class I was in.
Wow.
And like, it's like, I want to be able to produce and create and provide for the city where people don't feel like they don't have an opportunity. I remember being a part of this school system and being like, oh, just because I'm from Indianapolis, I can't make it.
Mm-hmm.
But because I have an ego, I'm like, yeah, I can make it.
And that makes me feel like so positive for people like us that actually have this weird type of DNA that's like, I was born to help, not necessarily help people, but influence. But I mean, for me, and I guarantee you for you too, it's like kind of like Mother Teresa, but no one could be like her, right?
Yeah.
So she dedicated her life to babies that were dying and to people that were dying. It's like, that was kind of always my heart. It's like, I just want to help people that are less fortunate. And that is what is happening when we're being like random people like this. It's like, I feel like we could come together and do something great for the community eventually, but it takes a rare type of to do that.
Yeah, and that is honestly my ultimate goal, is like, how can I make a name for myself and then come back to the community in which I was raised and increase, you know, the artistic levels, or just like the belief or confidence in yourself.
And that's so sweet. That's so sweet.
You're
that
so sweet.
You care about that, because I feel like nobody does. I thought I was the only one.
Yeah,
honestly.
and you know what? And I also want to give
like,
a shout
I just
out.
want to get rich to get people some homes and shit.
Well, I also want to give a shout out to one of my friends. Her name is Angry Kiera on Instagram.
With a K? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
She is an Instagram producer.
What's up, Angry?
What's up, Angry? She's an Instagram producer. She works for the Huffington Post, and she is constantly trying to push like bounds for just, you know, humanism, and just trying to make sure that people are getting the same rights that they are. And I just want to make sure that people, you follow her on Instagram, follow her on Twitter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where can we follow her?
Yeah, follow her on
Kiera,
Instagram,
with
follow
a
her
K.
on Twitter. Yeah.
There you
I
go.
love the K's. That's
And
so sweet.
we got a comment coming in. Janet Hellman says, I love, 3 loves, his jacket.
Yes, that's my mama. That
yeah.
is my mommy.
Well done.
She birthed me.
Well done.
So
Good job.
My
Nailed
mom
it.
is my life. Mama, I love you. His jacket is life. Thank you so much, Mom, for commenting on that. We need to get Jolliffe a damn rose jacket. I told
When I
him.
hit 220 pounds.
You know, it's so amazing.
I'm headed there.
He's on this insane goal right now. I'm like, do you? I got you. I support you. But I mean, I love the guys that wear.
I'm on the Christian Bale
the
diet.
jacket,
You don't eat-
the
yeah.
weird socks, and you pull them up when you sit down. Is that weird? Like pantsuits, you
Wait,
pull
what?
them up. Not everybody has pantsuits, but I mean, it's rare. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that defines a person, but the coat jacket look badass.
Thank you.
Sonny, damn.
You look
I
good.
love you. I'm so glad you were able to come on my show and just just rock it, and you're so inspirational.
This is awesome.
There's so much going on because you are so passionate about your art and your sport and what you do, and that is make people laugh, and that is make people feel good.
We need
and,
more of
and
that.
feel
We
funny.
need more laughter in this world.
And beyond that, you have that genuine trait that I feel like rare people have. I mean, I want to do that. I want to help people.
I'd love to see you improv. I want to see that.
I almost ordered him to pull up an improv and me and you go, Icka Wicka, yo, what's up? In the chicken titties.
Sonny
I
will
would have said something about,
will win.
I would have said something about chicken nuggets, but I mean, improving musically is my life, but improving in the way that you do is different, and I so respect and appreciate your every single move. We're going to follow you, and I'm going to boost you up. We're going to get you more and more followers. Y'all need to follow Sonny Atwal. Sonny, give us some ads so they can follow you at, because you're a damn
genius.
Where's
the best place? Where's the best place?
So Instagram, Sonny Outlaw, literally how it sounds. SUNNYOUTLAW. Follow me on Instagram. I post all the time.
Outlaw, right? OUTLAW.
Yeah, that's my stage name.
His last name is Atwal, ATWAL. But his Instagram is Sonny. It's at Sonny, SUNNYA. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
It's on
It's
screen. They see
at
it.
Sonny, OUTLAW. Sonny Outlaw.
This is many
And
shots
Twitter
later.
is Sonny Outlaw 1. And follow me on both accounts if you can.
I tried to find you there.
Follow me on Facebook as Sonny Outlaw. But either way, I will make you laugh.
And this dude moved from Indiana to New York City, which
Follow your dreams.
New York is so beautiful. It's such a beautiful place. I mean, we couldn't even capture it if we wanted to in words, but I mean, it's a magical place. And the fact that he's doing so much. He is just doing stand-up, improv, comedy. I mean, he's going to be on Netflix soon.
Wait,
so what my goal is...
Aren't those all the same thing or no?
No, it's different. And my goal for this guy is
comedy.
that he needs to be on the Netflix. And we need to get him mainstream. So, I mean, he's talented enough. He's beautiful enough.
Thank you.
Is
When
there.
is your Netflix special coming out?
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
No,
tomorrow.
Give us 2021 sometime. Right?
I said by the time I was 27, I would make it. So hopefully within December.
I love it.
That's exactly what I said, and I'm 27 already. I started changing my 11/11 wish like 28. By the time I'm 30, dear Lord, help me.
All right, Renee, we did almost 2.5 hours.
Okay, I guess
are you guys gonna do a final shot? Can I pull up the poll?
Yes, pull it up,
Sonny?
for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
You'll do it?
Yeah, I'll do
we'll
it.
do it
Yeah.
if you do it, Joel. If you're the man.
Jason, are you kidding me?
I'll
Come
always
on.
do it. What
Come
do we
on,
got?
Joel.
You
What do
guys
we
put
got?
me
Pull
on.
up
Fireball,
the
man.
poll.
Fireball.
They probably forgot.
Man, Austin, you're fired. 75.6% fireball.
Fireball. Thank God.
It was
So easy on the stomach.
75.1% earlier, but all right.
So
we'll go out with another shot. We'll chase it with it. Is there any zombie dust left?
Yeah, there is 2 for you boys.
Bro,
One
let's
for
split
you
that.
and
Let's
one
split that
for
shit.
you.
You good? You feeling good?
Yeah, I am. I'm ready to use the bathroom right after
He's
this
like,
show ends.
how is he not peed
I
yet?
will call you out. I will call you out on the studio cam right there if you go to the bathroom.
You guys,
I do it to everyone.
I mean, I need everyone to follow Sonny because for real, I mean, what a talent. I mean, I do have a caliber of talented people on my shows, but
I'm so glad we caught you. While
I also want everyone to know
happened to
that's
be here.
watching this. Like, I am so grateful to be on this show. And
you're so sweet.
I would never.
We're grateful to have you.
Well, I would
Sonny.
never be anywhere without
You're
Indianapolis.
fucking famous.
I love it.
I gave you the fullest shot, and there you go. That's the way to go.
I'm coming out of the booth.
I'm coming out of the booth.
All right.
Thank God, Joel, if you loud.
This is like the last shot in the entire thing.
And I'm gonna give a damn.
Right after this, I'm using the bathroom. As soon as you end this show, I'm going to the bathroom.
Still alive.
I love everyone, and thank you so much for following. We have great guests coming up. Caitlin Renee, she's a beautiful, talented person who owns
This is a
her
great
own
podcast.
Oh my God, we love it here. Jason has everything. So here's another zombie dust for you, and a zombie dust for you. Cheers to everyone that's watching. We love you so much. And
Thank you
cheers.
so much,
Cheers
everybody,
to Sonny
for watching.
Atwal. Thank you, baby, for being on the show. Thank you, guys. Enjoying my Irish music. Oh, but I cannot drink this without a chaser. Coors Banquet, super cute. I love the bottles. They have the best little caps. I collect bottle caps if anyone wants to give me their beer bottle caps. Cheers.
Good show. Good show. All right.
Whew. Cinnamon.
All right. As a final reminder, everyone, please go to YouTube and subscribe to the Renee Merrifield Show.
We're going to keep doing it. We're going to post weekly stuff.
Stop.
Me and my girl Blair, we're going to post something on Sunday morning. So the day after 4th of July, we're going to have a little morning podcast. Just a little miniature one because we're adorable.
Well, that's probably not going to happen.
Still
this
may
time,
be
but
drunk, but it's going to be fun.
That's all right.
Jason, thank you so much.
Jason,
thank you for everything you do, baby. You're so amazing.
Yeah, thanks, baby.
And thank you, Daddy.
Wait, Sonny, say that in the camera.
Thank you, baby.
And Sonny, you're so talented. People, listen, follow him. Sonny Outlaw. That's SUNNYOUTLAW at Instagram. And Sonny Atwal, ATWAL on Facebook. This guy's so talented, so professional. I love you. Thank you so much for coming to our show. My first comedian. He's got so much guts and so much talent, and he's out here living in freaking New York life, and I just love that. I love people that move for their dreams. They move and they do it.
No, it's not dreams. It ain't dreams, man.
It's not
just
dreams.
goals.
It's like legit.
First, I'm gonna knock this goal out, and then I'm gonna knock that goal out, and then I'm gonna knock that goal out. It's not dreams. These aren't pipe dreams.
It's like the literal path.
These are goals.
It's the path. It's the path of life. So I think anyone that follows their path, I think it's so memorable, and everyone should do that, because who are you if you're not? You're just you'll be unhappy in a way if you don't follow your dreams. And thank you so much for watching my podcast. I love you guys. God bless you. I'll see you next Thursday with another guest.
Who we got next week? Do we know?
Well, we don't have someone for next week, but we
Not
do have
concrete.
Caitlin Renee in 2 weeks.
right.
So
Subscribe to
Caitlin
all the
Renee is
shit.
amazing. We'll figure it out, though.
All
We're
right.
gonna get someone special for next week.
All
Sonny Atwell, thank you so much for being on my show.
Brother,
Love you, baby. Your rose
you are the
jacket is
man.
the bomb.
You're so good.
Shout
You're
out
so
to my
good.
mom. She's a doll. Shout out to my sister. I love you guys so much. And follow Sonny Atwal. Sonny Outlaw.
Outlaw.
I love you guys.
All right.
Cheers.
We out.